just got done with a remodeling project. You want to show it off, but the construction has left a giant mess of dust and dirt. This is Beth Ayatt. After the work is done, let Service Master by Ayatt make sure that you don't have to do more work to clean up after the construction crew leaves. Show off and demand the yellow van. Call Service Master by Ayatt today, 877-945-0993.
Demand the yellow van. Call Service Master.
Take the first step toward the smile you've always wanted with a call to Alpha Orthodontics in Albert Lea. Dr. Gleich specializes in creating confident, picture-perfect smiles and is the area's only top 1% Diamond Invisalign provider. If you're looking for a less noticeable way to straighten your teeth, ask about Invisalign. Call 507-377-0222 today and schedule your complimentary consultation. Alpha Orthodontics, where dream smiles begin.
When it comes to your home, we know you have lots of options for contractors. At GT Window and Door, we believe what sets us apart is simple. We're local, we're invested in our community, and we stand behind our work. From windows and doors to siding and seamless gutters, we're focused on quality materials, experienced crews, and getting the job done right the first time. The next time you're planning a project, please give us a chance to earn your business. Visit gtwindowanddoor.com to schedule your free estimate. GT Window and Door, helping transform your house into a home.
Hey, and good evening. Early evening here from Hike Field in Albert Lea as we're set for American Legion Baseball. Post 56 of Albert Lea at 3-5, taking on Austin. Post 91. Both 19 and under, of course, senior Division I teams in the highly contested District 1. Legion Baseball has deep roots here in Minnesota beginning in 1926, 100 years ago. In fact, they played the first state tournament for American Legion in Mankato. I'm not sure what field they would have used 100 years ago, but Austin established themselves as an early prominent footprint, too. That includes winning state titles and making appearances in the American Legion World Series. The rivalry features a distinct home field advantage with very distinct backdrops, too. Here in Albert Lea, we play at Hike Field, of course, formerly known as Community Field, Tink Field, while Austin hosts games at Markeson Park, legendary historic stadium south of downtown near the Cedar River that's hosted notable baseball history, including legendary barnstormer Satchel Paige in the mid-20th century. The teams remain in the intense regional competition with I-90, the I-90 battle every year for every sport and that there is. Albert Lea secured a notable 5-2 win over Austin in July of 2023. And last year, I don't know if you remember, it was a 10-9 thriller, rain-delayed game. They pitched to Cooper Kermis was the only one who got pitched to in the beginning of that game. It was in Austin at Markeson Park, and it started raining. He was the first batter of the game, and it just started pouring during his at-bat. So they called the game, and they saw some lightning, and we had a delay and a long delay, and then they finally decided to move it to the Riverland field, and it ended up, I think it was 10-9 anyway, Albert Lea winning that one. But two venues and one memorable night. We didn't get, the game wasn't even over until about 11:30 that night. Anyway, that was last year, and hopefully we don't have a repeat this year. Not supposed to get any rain here anyway. But I'll be talking with manager Rich Yost of the Albert Lea Post 56 boys here coming up, and we'll get a chat with Brecken Wackles about baseball, football, wrestling, all kinds of stuff coming up here after a break on AlbertLeaLive.com.
When you need insurance coverage for anything, you only need to make one call to Troy Thompson Agency in Albert Lea, 507-377-2852. Troy has been an independent insurance agent for a long time, and that means that he can find an insurance plan that's perfect for you from one of the many top-rated insurance companies he represents. It's complete insurance coverage for your car, home, life, and business. Troy Thompson Agency has it all for you in one place, 1330 West Main Street, Albert Lea. Call 507-377-2852 today and get the peace of mind you need. Mr. Sandless in Albert Lea refinishes any kind of floors without sanding. Guaranteed adhesion, guaranteed satisfaction, best warranty in the business. Outdoors, they'll refinish decks, fences, furniture, concrete, and more. Any type of floor indoors like tile, slate, laminates, concrete, asphalt, ceramic, and more. Call local Mr. Sandless, Troy Irvine at 507-391-9100 or check him out online, MrSandless.com.
Same practice, same team, new focus. Advanced Family Dental is now Advanced Focus Dental. As dentistry has changed, we have too. We still provide routine dental care, but have added cosmetics, smile makeovers, clear braces, Botox, and fillers to our services. We also custom design and 3D print beautiful lifelike dentures in days, not weeks. Don't put off the new smile you deserve. Advanced Family Dental is now Advanced Focus Dental. Learn more at afd.dental.
Gutters by GT is proud to be a sponsor of Albert Lee Athletics. We're committed to protecting your home with seamless gutters and leak protection.
For your home's protection, visit guttersbygt.com for a free estimate.
Together, we're building a stronger community on and off the field. Go Tigers!
A 30-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $60 this Saturday and Sunday. That's a 30-cent fuel saver for every $60 you spend in-store and online. Saturday and Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
Drive your career forward with Albert Lee Bus Company. We're looking for bus monitors. Help ensure the safety, order, and well-being of preschool and special needs students by supervising behavior, assisting with buckling, and supporting a safe ride to and from school. No experience needed. Paid training and flexible schedules are provided. Perfect for retirees, parents, or anyone seeking extra income. Make a difference every ride. Apply today with Albert Lee Bus Company.
All right, it is the American Legion Post 56 pregame show with manager Rich Yost. Rich, a tough loss in Stewartville there, 1-run defeat, and you got to get back on the winning ways here.
It was a tough loss, but when we tied it up, we really didn't have any business tying it up and couldn't hold on at the end there. But it was a fun game, 9 innings, and get to see some fight out of the boys.
Yeah, 9-inning games is it is kind of fun, kind of pushing it to the edge like that. Although if you're using a lot of arms, which I don't think you did,
not too terribly many. I think it was 2 or 3 at the most, and maybe let one go a little too long, and maybe pulled someone else a little too early. Just and a bad decision on my part, putting the team in a bad spot.
Easy to say after the fact, but during the game you don't know. But Austin's today's opponent, and this is a long storied I-90 rivalry here. And last year added to the lore of the meetings because, they pitched to one guy. Was it Shuey?
Cooper Kermis led off the game, and it absolutely downpoured. Yeah. We all got drenched.
And then they had to switch fields, so we were at the Riverland field, and where'd they go?
We were at Marcusson, went over to Riverland, and then they had to prep the field and shoot. They didn't mow it, obviously, but it was a process.
Did you get we won that one 10-1, 20-1? What was it?
I have no idea what the score was. I know we won. It felt like 15 innings. It was 11:30, bugs everywhere.
Yeah, let's not do that again. Who's going for you today on the hill?
Preston Smith. He hasn't had a start in a while, so that's his turn to go.
All right.
With 2 this week, we'll manage it out.
So you got, 3 games left in the regular season here. 2 at home this week, Tuesday, Thursday, or tonight and Thursday. And so come on out and see these guys and cheer them on. With the playoffs looming, this is the time to get hot.
Yeah, we get, Logan's here today and Brecken's back. So, Leighton's gone for work. So we got plug and play and see what happens.
Hasn't been as bad as VF has had to plug and play.
No, I don't. I don't envy Graydon what he's going through, but they'll get going here pretty quick.
I would hope so. All right, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, let's talk to Brecken Wackles, who is, of course, you're a senior this year coming up.
Yep, I'll be a senior.
Woo, look at that. So here we are in the middle of summer here in the baseball season. Tonight against your heated rivalry, Austin, you're playing third base.
Yes, I can't wait.
Is that a position you like, or I always put you prefer pitching, right?
Yeah, I feel like probably my favorite spot is pitcher, but I play a little bit of outfield, and every once in a while I get to be at third base. So
the hot box thing.
Yes.
Yeah, you got good reactions. That wrestling helps a lot of different sports too, I bet.
Yep, keeps you on your toes for sure.
So now you're known mostly for wrestling and football too. I mean, we've got the football season starting soon, and I have talked to you because we talked about you being quarterback this year. Hopefully, I think you showed a lot of good moves last year when you were filling in at quarterback position. So, how's it? I mean, how's the team? Can you repeat what you did last year or better?
Yeah, I'm really excited for what's to come this season, and we're just kind of starting up our home camp and some other camps we're going to, and then obviously practices starting kind of in August there. So really excited for what's to come for this team.
And then wrestling too after that, and that of course you've made a name for yourself there, and unfortunately not going to Fargo this year like you did last year. You did well there too last year, didn't you?
Yeah, I think senior year is probably going to be a big year for all of us guys, and can't wait for all the success we're going to have.
Yeah, there's been some state tournament trips lately for the wrestlers.
Yeah.
Well, and as a team, right? Didn't you go as a team too?
Yeah, we went not last year, but the 2 years before that, and hopefully we can make it back this year.
All right. Well, you're one of the leaders, definitely. What do you got for college plans? Have you thought about it all?
Kind of have been thinking about some things, but nothing for sure yet.
Okay. What's your favorite glove brand?
Wilson.
How about a bat? You got a favorite bat?
No, not really. Just whatever's feeling good that day.
All right. How about what? And when you're pitching, what's your mix of pitches? And what's your favorite to throw?
I mean, favorite to throw is probably curveball. I don't throw the fastest, so I like to throw a big old curveball to them and hope they don't hit it to the fence.
Lull them to sleep and hit that curveball.
Yeah.
What's your top speed, do you think? I know you guys don't use a gun on your pitches, but
I got no clue. Probably not fast, but does a trick.
Hey, I tell you, I always think when I see you on the hill, I think bulldog. You're just going to get better as the day goes on.
Yeah.
You don't give up. You just keep going.
Yep.
Throw it in that zone.
Yep. There's not much thinking when you're up there. You just throw the ball. So
exactly. All right. Hey, good luck. And favorite music first of
all. I've been kind of getting into country a little lately, but I would say mostly rap. But,
okay. And go-to fast food?
Got to go with McDonald's. Go-to.
How's your sister, the former queen, doing?
She is doing good. She's just wrapping up her first year in college, and I get to see her this summer. So
you guys are close, aren't you?
Yeah, we're pretty close. Yeah. We got a lot in common with our sports and stuff, so it's good to catch up with her.
Yeah, definitely very sport. Well, and your mom and dad sports were good at sports too.
Yep, for sure.
All right. And is 24 related to your dad or anything?
No, not at all. It's just the jersey I got, I guess.
All right. You're not picky. That's good. No. All right, Bracken, you take care, man. Stay healthy, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Good talking to you, Jay.
There you go. Bracken Wacholz, always a fun chat with him. And then, of course, Rich Yost, thanks to him for putting up with me throughout the season here. Let's look at the lineups here as we're going through them here in the stadium. But do you have the Austin lineup on there right now? Okay, so Austin will be facing Preston Smith as he will take his warm-up tosses after the anthem here coming up. Dylan Wenzel, the second baseman, will lead off. John Raleigh is the shortstop, batting second. Keegan Dunholm DHing and batting third. Hayden Quittenmeyer is the fourth up. Cleanup out in right field. Benton Perkapah, the catcher, bats fifth. Rob Lillis, the first baseman, goes sixth. Seventh is Cooper Jacobson, the third baseman. Pitcher Jonah Klein is eighth in the lineup, and then Casey Densler is the center fielder batting ninth. Braden Shaw will play out in left, but not bat to begin with. They have Cody Peterson, Shane Gustafson, Carter Eastvold, Brandon Rye, and Cale Perkapah on the bench. And against Austin's starter, Jonah Klein, it'll be Brody Rossler playing second base, batting first. Nate Barclay is out in right, batting second. Graham Goskeson playing in left today, batting third. Center fielder Cooper Krimis bats cleanup. Aiden Jensen, the first baseman, goes fifth. Logan Davis is playing shortstop, batting sixth. Preston Smith pitching in seventh in the order. And then Griffin Richards is catching, batting eighth, with Bracken Wacholz, third baseman, batting ninth. And Cooper Rossler and Cohen Drescher on the bench. And here's our anthem. had to hang the headphones out the window because there's no hookup to their system here. So hopefully you heard the anthem there as Preston Smith is out on the hill getting his warm-up tosses started here shortly. And he will take on the Post 91 boys from Austin, the I-90 Showdown. I'm trying to write and talk at the same time. I'm just not that talented. I'm sorry. Let me just finish this quick. And then we'll be rolling here in the heat. It feels like 93 here at game time. It's actually 85, but very muggy again, as we've grown accustomed to lately, it seems like. Actually, all week. We have a lot of games this week. Nothing tomorrow, but Thursday, more Legion ball. And then Friday night, the VFW team. VFW again Saturday morning at 11 with a doubleheader against Winona. And the VFW on Sunday against Austin here at Highfield. So 7 games this week, I think, in 5 days. 6 and 5 days, something like that. So we'll be busy this week here on AlbertLeeLive.com, and we wouldn't have it any other way. Always fun to watch these guys do their best at getting wins. The VFW's had a little rough time getting bodies to play, and I know the record isn't what we all had hoped, especially coming off last year when they were like 1 win from state. But they should be getting some more. Today is the first playoff game for the travel team, so as soon as they wrap up their season, they'll have more opportunity to play for the VFW Post 447, which is 1-6 this year. The American Legion Post 56, 3-5. They beat Rochester JM in the opener 4-0. Lost to Casson 4-3. Then Chaska beat them 15-0 in the first game of that Mulvihill Classic in Mankato, but they bounced back with 2 wins over the Mankato teams, 11-7 over Mankato American, 8-3 over Mankato National in the third place game. And then it's been rough since then, 0-3 the last 3 games. They lost 2 close ones, 4-3 against Owatonna, went to Red Wing and got shut out, 1 hit, 6-0. And Stewartville came in here last week and won 7-6 in a 9-inning thriller. So it's been kind of rough going here. Not a lot of bodies for the American Legion Post either, 56 with 2 on the bench here tonight. But here's Preston Smith ready to go against Dylan Wenzel, the second baseman, a right-handed bat, and it's low for ball 1. As the Legion has these 2 home games this week, and then a road makeup game at Mayo next Monday. It'll wrap up their regular season. So it's Austin tonight, Winona Thursday, 6:30 here on Albert Lee Live at Highfield. And their playoffs start on July 20th. As it's a 1-1 count. That's outside 2-1 now to Wenzel. As far as the VFW, they've got all kinds of makeup games, and they're all coming this week. As they in Owatonna, Wednesday the 1st. What else they had? That's a bouncer to third, but it's foul as Brecken fields it, but doesn't have to throw across, and it's 2-2 to the leadoff batter, Wenzel. They've got John Marshall Wednesday. That's tomorrow. They were in Northfield last night. They got no hit. They walked 4 times, but were no hit by Northfield. I think it's 12-0 was the final there in 5 innings. That hurts, but they, of course, are hurting for bodies with this year going on. That's a liner out to the left, and I don't think that was even seen by left fielder Graham Goskeson. He had his glove up in front of his face, and the thing zipped by his head. He didn't really go for it, so it's a base hit, actually going to turn into a double. And no error on that. I'll give him a hit. As Graham didn't even touch it. Couldn't see it. So they're going to get him at second base. Wenzel with a leadoff double, and John Raleigh now, the shortstop, is up with 1 on and nobody out. So they have John Marshall tomorrow night at JM Middle School at 5, does the VFW Post 447, and then they'll be home Friday against Rochester Century at 5. Saturday, doubleheader with Winona starting at 11. And Sunday with Austin. And that's pop out to the shortstop As Logan Davis makes the grab, and there's one away. No advancement for Wenzel. One out. Runner at second. As the Austin game is a 5 o'clock affair, too, on Sunday here from Hike Field. And that wraps up their regular season. Their division tournament starts on July 18th, 2 days before the Legion one. But, man, that's a lot of games to shove in there. Hopefully you're on a roll by the time you get to the postseason. Here's Preston Smith with a pitch that bounces away from Griffin, and it's going to send Dylan Wenzel down to third. And Griffin goes and retrieves it and holds him at third there. And it's 1-0 to Keegan Dunholm, the DH, batting for left fielder Braden Shaw. For Austin American Legion, post 91. Long history. 100 years of American Legion baseball. And Albany and Austin have been part of it for a long time. I don't know if it's all 100 years, but Austin, I did not know that until I did the research, but they'd won some state titles and went to the national tournament. I don't know what years those were, but it's big stuff. 3-0 now to Dunholm. Keegan, the third right-handed bat in a row to start the lineup here for post 91 in their bright red jerseys and gray pants with a red line down the side, each side. Strike is called. 3-1. He's taken all the way. Preston, another one of those. A lot of the arms for Albert Lee, they just throw it in the zone. Once they find the zone, they just zero in on it and let the defense play too. And that keeps everybody involved. There's a slow roller to second. Rassler has it, gets it to Jensen. The run's going to score, but there's 2 outs on the 4-3 putout. So 1-0 as Wenzel scores. Dunholm gets the RBI. And Hayden Quitmeyer, the cleanup batter, with 2 down and nobody on. The lefty, the first lefty in the lineup for post 91. One run on 1 hit. Going to pop out to short and a rounder to second, and now it's 0-1 to Quitmeyer, the right fielder. Waves the bat, and he's ready to go. Here's Preston, and this is lifted into the gap, and a nice play. Whatever Graham didn't do on that first shot out there that he couldn't see, he made up for it with that running catch. Nicely done out in left field for Graham Goskeson, and that's 3 down. They do get the 1 run, but just a hit, and nobody left on as we're through a half inning, and it's 1-0 Austin with the Albert Lee Post 56 bats coming up here on AlbertLeeLive.com.
Take the first step toward the smile you've always wanted with a call to Alpha Orthodontics in Albert Lee. Dr. Gleich specializes in creating confident, picture-perfect smiles and is the area's only top 1% Diamond Invisalign provider. If you're looking for a less noticeable way to straighten your teeth, ask about Invisalign. Call 507-377-0222 today and schedule your complimentary consultation. Alpha Orthodontics, where dream smiles begin.
You have a brand new house. The construction has left a giant mess of dust and dirt. Call Service Master by Ayat today. 877-945-0993.
The man, the yellow van, called Service Master.
Sometimes it doesn't take. Here we are back in Hike Field as you see the lineup for Albert Lee coming up here. Brody Rassler, second baseman, will lead off against Jonah Klein, the lefty. And Nate Barclay to follow, the right fielder, and Graham Goskeson, who made that nice catch for the third out in left field. We'll bat third with Cooper Kermis, the cleanup batter. No Leighton Yost today. Manager Rich Yost, his dad, said he's working. That happens in the summer. Family vacations and work and all kinds of stuff get in the way sometimes, but they got to live their lives too. And sometimes makes it rough on those behind, but that's sports, man. You got it. Next man up mentality has got to be there. And we only have 2 replacement players today, bench guys. Cooper Rassler, who can run. I can see him making some pinch running attempts here tonight, and Cohen Drescher too, fine pitcher in his own right, and a pretty good fielder when he's playing out in other positions. So very capable backups. As Brody slides into the right side of the batter's box. Brody Rassler, he has a 200 batting average so far for the Legion season, 4 for 20. Scored 2 runs, 3 RBIs, which is 1 behind the team leader, Leighton Yost. 4 strikeouts, 4 walks, and a stolen base on the year for Brody. And he takes ball 1 outside from Klein. I don't know, they say strike on that scoreboard, but I believe that was way outside. Here's the 1-0, and that is outside. Oh, I guess it was right. A 1-1 count. I don't know. I'm blocked by the umpire from where I'm sitting, so I don't see those outside pitches to the right-handed batters, but he's right there. As this is on the ground to short, scooped up there. Long throw. Brody's got some speed, but they got him. On the shortstop, John Raleigh to first baseman Rob Lillis. 6-3 put out, 1 up, 1 down for Albert Lee, post 56, and Nate Barclay, the lefty. A professional hitter. He's actually only a 250 hitter so far here, but in the regular high school season, he did real well. He'll maybe catch fire this week as playoffs loom here, but only 1 run scored, 3 RBIs on the year, 4 walks, no strikeouts for Nate here in the Legion season. Limited at bats, 12. Well, he swings at the first pitch, and it's into the grass, but caught by Austin's second baseman, Dylan Wenzel. 2 up, 2 down. A little pop to second. And Graham Gustafson. Couldn't see the first shot out to him in the top of the first out to left field, and it went over his head. He was looking right in the sun. I knew he just did no way he saw any part of that ball. But he made up for it with a nice running catch and 3rd out of the inning. They did score the run later in that inning, but they do have the 1-0 lead early here as ball 1 to Graham. Gustafson is the leading hitter on the team, 444, average 12 for 27. He's got the most at-bats, tied with Yost. Got the most hits by far over anybody else on the team. Strike called there, 1-1. Graham also with 7 runs scored. That leads the team. 3 RBIs, 1 off the team lead. 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, 2 doubles leading the team in extra base hits. And 5 steals he leads the team. So he is the team leader in a lot of categories. Having a great year. And that's inside too much. 2 balls, 1 strike to Graham. I can't believe Morgan Gustafson and Marley Gustafson, the hockey sensations. That's way outside. The catcher didn't even offer a glove at it. It's like, I'm not wasting my time with that thing. 3-1. And I asked Graham like a week ago in the pregame, I said, are you related to Morgan and Marley? And he goes, I don't know. I said, how do you not know? You grew up in the same town. You have the same last name. Did you ever go to parties together, family gatherings? He didn't know. I said, well, you don't know. But with a name like Gustafson, you got to be related somehow, you'd think. 3-2 as that's called strike. And, of course, he wears the same number as, I think it's Morgan, wears in hockey. Too many similarities, the name being one of them. Here's the grounder to second and a 1-2-3 inning for Austin, post 91. That's 2 to second base and 1 to short. As Albert Lee's going to have to try and get it out of the infield from now on as they go after 1 complete, 1-0 Austin, and post 91 coming to bat here when we return on AlbertLeeLive.com.
When you need insurance coverage for anything, you only need to make one call to Troy Thompson Agency in Albert Lea, 507-377-2852. Troy has been an independent insurance agent for a long time, and that means that he can find an insurance plan that's perfect for you from one of the many top-rated insurance companies he represents. It's complete insurance coverage for your car, home, life, and business. Troy Thompson Agency has it all for you in one place, 1330 West Main Street, Albert Lea. Call 507-377-2852 today and get the peace of mind you need.
Really?
Drive your career forward with Albert Lee Bus Company. We're looking for bus monitors. Help ensure the safety, order, and well-being of preschool and special needs students by supervising behavior, assisting with buckling, and supporting a safe ride to and from school. No experience needed. Paid training and flexible schedules are provided. Perfect for retirees, parents, or anyone seeking extra income. Make a difference every ride. Apply today with Albert Lee Bus Company.
Had to move her truck appointment back. All right, second inning and 1-0 Austin as they come to bat here against Preston Smith. He's given up the one hit, the leadoff double to Wenzel that sailed past Graham Goskuson's head and left. And he knew it was coming, just couldn't see it in the sun. The sun is actually now behind a cloud, it looks like a little bit. Well, maybe not. You get a feel for a guy out there. You just lose it in the sun, and your eyes are watering, and you know what's coming at you. You just hope it doesn't hit you in the face. And it sailed past his head. Benton Perkapile is coming up first here for Austin. We'll get their lineup going for you so you can take a peek at that. He's the catcher and a right-handed bat, followed by Rob Lillis and Cooper Jacobson. The 5, 6, 7 hitters for Austin. So, yeah, after that leadoff double, they got a 1-2-3 defensive inning for Albert Lee, but the run scored on a ground ball RBI by Keegan Dunholm to second. Preston winds and fires, first ball hitting. Wackles at third. Nice arm across to Jensen, and that's a big-time 5-3 play. Boy, Brecken's got a rifle over there. He said he doesn't pitch that fast. That was shot out of a cannon over to first. One up, one down. Rob Lillis. Well, he's a quarterback, so he's got that right arm. Also a very fine halfback, fullback, defensive back, linebacker, Brecken, and wrestler. He can do it all. It's fouled out of play, strike one. And I may have talked to him before in this Legion season, but I wanted to talk to him today because of the wrestling, and then I get to asking him about it, and he said he's not going to Fargo this year, which is probably a disappointment to him. I didn't even press it why or whatever. It's none of my business, but I don't think he really wanted to talk about it anyway. But it's a big tournament with all the best wrestlers that he did really well in last year. That's a strike. 0-2 now to Lillis with one out, nobody on here in the second for Austin, leading 1-0. In the I-90 showdown. Smith covering the face with the glove, ready to go, fires, and stays alive, does Lillis. Ticking it back to the screen. Boy, those uniforms look hot for both. When the sleeves come down to your elbow, basically, and got the long pants on hot days like this. Good thing they're in shape. We can withstand that. Plus, they get to go get a drink every half inning in the dugout if they need it to hydrate. That's a foul out of play and stays 0-2. See if Preston can work his first strikeout of the day here. He's got 4 outs in a row. Two in the air, 2 on the ground. Here's the pitch. It's going to be inside. 1-2. Looks into the dugout for some encouragement. He gets the sign from Griffin Richards, and that's up near the head of Lillis, but he avoided being hit, so it goes to 2-2 on the count. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on. Second inning, 1-0 Austin. And that one's back to the screen. Why do they have 1 error on Austin? They went 1-2-3 defensively. Did they call that an error on Graham Goskuson? That's horrible. He didn't even touch it. You didn't even see it. I don't think you can give him an error on that. One thing, if it's in his glove and out, but he couldn't even touch it because he couldn't see it. Here's the 2-2. That's fouled. Boy, it's a long at bat with a lot of foul balls. Still 2-2. Well, I'm not putting an error. I have not seen an error yet in this game. Griffin fills the umpire's bag with baseballs there, and we're ready to go. Somebody chased him down. All these fouls from Lillis. 2-2. Smith rocks and fires. A swing and a miss. He struck him out. He might have got a piece of it, but it was caught by Griffin, and that's the strikeout. First one of the game for Smith. 2 up, 2 down here in the second, and Cooper Jacobson is the batter. He's the third baseman, right in it. Cooper, what a popular name these days in this generation. I think we got a couple of Coopers, Rassler and Kermis, among others. As ball 1 to Jacobson. Jonah Klein, the pitcher, due up next if Cooper can reach. And this one's on the ground. Two-hopper. Brecken just, all he can do is knock it down. That was kind of an awkward bounce. It didn't quite make it to his glove on that second bounce. And I suppose you could give him an error there, but that's, I don't know. We'll do it. I'll make up for the other one I didn't have. E5. And they got a base runner with 2 down. Jonah Klein, the left-handed pitcher. Bats left as well. As Jacobson gets his lead. And a strike is called. The only reason it's an error is in and out of his glove, and he couldn't field it cleanly. Plus, he should have probably charged it a little more and been in position to get that second bounce. As a former infielder, I'm a little tougher on infielders, but forgive me. Here's the pitch. The runner goes, swing and a miss, and the throw is there. Oh, but the ball is dropped by Logan Davis as the tag was applied. So safe at second is Jacobson on the steal. But, man, what a throw from Griffin Richards. That was right on the nut. And as I said, Logan had it in the glove. I thought he applied the tag, but as he did, it popped free. But here it is 0-2 to Klein, so we can get a strikeout and end the inning here. Do it yourself, Preston. Pitcher against pitcher. Righty against lefty. Checks the runner at second. And it's inside. Ball and 2 strikes. Everybody's trying to stretch and stay loose and not get cramped up on this hot stretch. The whole country seems to be just boiling this week, and France too. But you know, to them, 80 is like, oh my God! It felt like 110 here last week, and nobody was keeling over. But in France, they get 85 degrees, and people start dropping. Well, they don't have a lot of air conditioning in their buildings either. 1-2 after a foul. Klein ready to go. Smith checks the runner, and here his pitch is. Oh, it went right up the middle. I thought he thought it was going to get to him sooner, and no play can be made as it bounces off of Preston. And first and third now on an infield single by Klein. And that'll bring up the 9-hitter, Casey Denzer, the center fielder. And another lefty. The third lefty of the 9 batters for Austin, Denzer. He's got a runner 90 feet away at third in Jacobson, who reached on an error and then stole the base. And Klein with the single. And the first pitch, well, yeah, is a ball. 1-0. 2 hits, 1 run for Austin, 1 error for Albert Lee. 2 down here with runners at the corners. Got to end this rally right now as Kermis is going to chase it down in center field and make the catch. So they got 2 left, and after 1.5, it's still 1-0 Austin. And post 56 bats are coming on AlbertLeeLive.com.
Window and Door, we believe what sets us apart is simple. We're local, we're invested in our community, and we stand behind our work. The next time you're planning a project, please give us a chance to earn your business. GT Window and Door, helping transform your house into a home.
Mr. Sandless in Albert Lea refinishes any kind of floors without sanding. Guaranteed adhesion, guaranteed satisfaction, best warranty in the business. Outdoors, they'll refinish decks, fences, furniture, concrete, and more. Any type of floor indoors like tile, slate, laminates, concrete, asphalt, ceramic, and more. Call local Mr. Sandless, Troy Irvine at 507-391-9100 or check them out online, mrsandless.com.
Same practice, same team, new focus. Advanced Family Dental is now Advanced Focus Dental. As dentistry has changed, we have too. We now offer full cosmetic dentistry in addition to routine dental care. Learn more at afd.dental.
Bottom of the second, 1-0 Austin as Jonah Klein warms up. He went 1-2-3 through the lineup last inning. 2 ground ball outs and a pop out to second, so not even out of the infield for Albert Lea, but it's Cooper Kermis. First up, Aiden Jensen and Logan Davis, the 4-5-6 batters for Albert Lea. And Kermis has 4 hits and 25 at-bats, a 160 average. He's second on the team in runs scored, though, with 6, just 1 behind Goskeson. Got 5 strikeouts, 6 walks, and 1 double. As he steps in, and Klein ready to go, looking through the sunshine at his catcher's digits to see what the sign is here, and then he's ripped right through the hole and left to left there for Cooper. So first ball hitting, base hit, first hit of the game for Albert Lea. It's good. He needs that. Get that average started up a little bit from 160. Aiden Jensen. No, was it Aiden Jensen? It's Aiden Smith, isn't it? Did I get his name wrong? Gotta look now. He steps in the left-hand side of the box. And all one as they threaten to throw down to first, but do not. It is Aiden Jensen. Why can't I find him here on my... I must have put Smith incorrectly when I was doing the numbers. He's 2 for 10, so only 10 at-bats, 200 average. As they throw it out at first, and Kermis back safely. 2 RBIs for Aiden. 3 strikeouts, 6 walks. Tied for the lead in walks on the team with Cooper Kermis. 2-0 count to Aiden. Well, that's on the over the plate for a strike. 2-1. You have 2 fans going up here, and it's still I'm sweating. Well, of course they're not on me, but otherwise that would sound wild in my microphone. Like I was in a windstorm. There goes the runner, Kermis, but that's fouled away, and he'll have to trot back to first. It's 2-2 now to Jensen. Plays a really good first base. He seems to be able to scoop most of everything that goes over there. And like I said, he could probably use some hits here, get that average going. The 200 average needs to be a little bigger. And that's foul down the first baseline. Stays 2-2. And Kermis getting the workout in the heat. But he's all skin and bones anyway, so he's all right. Well, look at him. He's tall and skinny. If I was doing it, I'd be laying down dying. Cooper gets his lead. He looks like he's a little bit worn out. He needs a drink. 2-2. They throw over. And he's back in. Oof, that was a close play at first. Nice toss over the the left-handed pitchers have that advantage to throw over to first because they're looking right at it. They don't have to turn and throw. And Klein almost got him with that throw to Lillis. But still alive, Cooper Kermis. Here's the pitch. Ooh, up high and tight. And it's 3-2. Full count to Aiden. He had a grimace on his face as he moved his head away from that pitch. Gets the sign from manager Yost down at third in the coaching box. And here's the 3-2. They throw to first again. It gets away. And Kermis is going to get an extra base out of the deal. Nice. And he's in scoring position. That's the tying run on an E1 on the throw there. So first error on Austin. 1 apiece. And a confab going on between catcher and pitcher as talk about being hot. Benton Perkapile and Griffin Richards on days like this with all the equipment on and squatting and standing and squatting and standing and squatting and standing and running down to first and third. And it's And they break up the fun there on the hill as it's a 3-2 count to Aiden Jensen with a runner at second now. Kermis tying run. Bottom of 2. Nobody out. Logan Davis on deck. And lefty Klein ready to go. Checks Kermis at second and delivers home with a bouncer going. Oh, he's got a chance on this one because they couldn't pick it up. Oh, they got him at first. A nice job there by Perkapile picking it up and getting Jensen. But the runner, Cooper, I thought he went to third on that one, but he stayed put. Should have advanced on that, but a slow roller and a 1-3 put out for out number 1. No, they're calling it a foul ball. My mistake. No wonder Kermis didn't go to third. He was there probably, but it was a foul ball. So still 3-2. And still nobody out. Fooled everybody up here in the press box. But new life for Jensen. Let's see if he can find some green out there in the outfield and deposit this. Boy, taking his time. Klein. Finally, Jensen calls timeout. And here's the 3-2, and he reaches for it and punches it out to second, and he's going to be on. And it gets away from the second baseman and into score is Kermis to tie it up. So that's going to be an E4 that allows Jensen to get on and Kermis to score. No RBI there, but it's 1-1. Still nobody out. And here comes Logan Davis, the shortstop. Davis has 3 at-bats for the Legion this year. He's 0 for 3, but he did score a run, struck out twice, walked once, got a steal too. As now at first, as Jensen gets his lead, they throw down, and he dives back in safely. So Cooper reached on an error and then scored on an error. And first pitch to Davis is up high and outside for ball 1. Oh, 1-1? I didn't see the other pitch. I thought they kept throwing it first. It says 1-1 on the big scoreboard, so we'll go with that for now as the pitch comes in and a little off-speed strike. They're messing with me now. It's 2-1. As Jensen's lead over there at first, they do not throw there. Now they throw from the catcher as Logan struck out on a swing and a miss for out number 1. First strikeout for Klein. Brings up pitcher against pitcher matchup, Preston Smith. As Smith has got a 3 for 22 year going, 136 average. 2 runs, 3 RBIs, 1 strikeout, 3 walks in the Legion season. Calls time. Jensen at first, 1 out, 1 run in, a tie ball game here in the second inning. The I-90 battle. Albert Lee's played pretty well two of the last 3 years. I know they got a win. I can't remember what happened in 24. Throw over is, again, Jensen back in. They've been some close calls at first on these throws over there with this lefty. Klein on the hill. First pitch to Smith is a strike called. He's the 7th hitter in the lineup. Griffin Richards due up next. Bracken Wackles in the 9 hole. Jensen gets a little bigger lead over at first now. See if they throw over. They don't. And it's fouled off and out of play. 0-2 to Preston. So it was a base hit for Kermis. And then he reached second on an error on the pitcher trying to throw him out at first. Or pick him off at first. And then he scored on a slow roller to second. There was an error on the second baseman. Aiden Jensen now on first, reaching on that error. Davis struck out, and here's Smith now with 1 out and 1 on and 1 in. That's way outside and gets away, and that's going to send Jensen down to second. Takes a big turn there, but stops at second. And another one in scoring position for Albert Lee here. And a 1-ball, 2-strike count to Preston Smith. Thanks to all our great sponsors. You see their names rotating up in the upper left corner of the screen, and hear and see their ads between innings. Can't thank them enough for wrapping up our second year of streaming here. That's lifted to left center, caught by the center fielder. No advancement for Jensen there, and it's 2 down on a grab there by Casey Denzer. Griffin Richards with an RBI opportunity, the catcher. And he's had limited at-bats here, too, for the Legion. 2 for 12, 166 average, 2 RBIs, 3 strikeouts, and he has walked once and stolen a base. Got to get out of this 3-game losing streak that we've been on. 2 one-run games and then the 1-hitter at Red Wing that we were not even competitive in. 0-1 as that one bounces away after a swing and a miss. Wackles on deck should Richards reach. Two down. Runner at second is Jensen. 2 errors in the inning on Austin led to the run. And a swing and a miss for Griffin. 0-2. Big opening between first and second as there's nobody on first. The first baseman is playing quite close to the bag there, leaving a wide open spot there if Griffin can go the other way. Swings and misses, though, and that'll end the inning with 2 strikeouts in the inning for Klein, his first 2 of the game. But you get a hit, 2 errors, and a tying run. So through 2, it's 1-1. Austin and Albert Lee, Legion Baseball, continuing here on AlbertLeeLive.com.
GT is proud to be a sponsor of Albert Lee Athletics. We're committed to protecting your home with seamless gutters and leak protection.
For your home's protection, visit guttersbygt.com for a free estimate.
Together, we're building a stronger community on and off the field. Go Tigers!
Does fall and winter typically mean the end of outdoor adventures for your family? Well, not anymore. Visit North Star Recreation in Owatonna and keep the fun alive all year round. Online at northstar-recreation.com and drive away with your new trailer.
Service Master by Ayatt's Janitorial Services cover everything from floor care and carpet cleaning to general cleaning, windows, and power washing. Call Service Master by Ayatt today.
The man, the yellow van, called Service Master.
Doesn't have to be loud. I just...
A 30-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $60 this Saturday and Sunday. That's a 30-cent fuel saver for every $60 you spend in-store and online. Saturday and Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
Back here on AlbertLeeLive.com. Football season starts the first Friday in September. I think August 30th is their scrimmage. We may do that. And Tri-City United's the opener. It's a road game. They play their road game, and they got 3 home games, including homecoming, the 3rd home game. And then they have 3 on the road. I forget how it goes. Let me just check here quick. I might as well give you the right information. Yeah, they start at Tri-City United on September 4th. Scrimmage Fest, first of all, is August 29th at 9 a.m. So they got a road game at TCU, and then home against Austin on September 11th. New Ulm, September 18th, and then they have Worthington for homecoming on September 25th. Before they go to Fairmont, St. Peter, and Waseca in successive Fridays. Actually, I think MEA, there's a Wednesday game at Waseca. And they wrap up the regular season at home against Belle Plaine on October 22nd, with the playoffs starting October 27th. Be here before you know it. As Smith starts out with ball 1 to the leadoff hitter, Dylan Wenzel, who's the 1-2-3 batters, Wenzel, Raleigh, and Dunholm. Wenzel doubled to start the game off over Graham Goskuson's sun-blinded eyes. 1-1 now to Wenzel. And then he scored on a ground ball RBI from Keegan Dunholm that was to second base, produced an out, but he got the RBI. And Albert Lee just tying it in the last half inning, and here we are on top of the 3rd. There's a grounder foul to Wackles at 3rd. 1-2. Smith, pitching-wise, 6 innings for the Legion this year. 7 strikeouts, 5 walks, 11 earned runs in his 6 innings, which isn't great. 12 hits. And this is lifted to Kermis, who goes down to a knee and makes the grab, his second put out of the game. Center field. 1 up, 1 down here in the 3rd for Austin. John Rowley, the shortstop, up. He popped out to the shortstop his first time up. Smith, he's got a 16.50 ERA with 12 hits, 11 runs earned in 6 innings. But trying to make up for that here with the earned run charged to him before, as that's another nice rifle shot from Wackles to Jensen at first. And a 5-3 put out, his second put out. 2 down, and Keegan Dunholm coming up. Grounded out to second with the RBI in the first inning. DHing today for Braden Shaw, their left fielder. Two down, nobody on. Top of the 3rd of a 1-1 game. That's outside ball 1. My daughter Farron, if I didn't announce her, she's producing today. My soon-to-be eligible driver. We're all scared to death of that, but swing and a miss. 1-1. It seems to work out. 1-1. And that's low. 2 balls, 1 strike to Keegan. Keagan. Keegan. And Smith unwinds and fires that one outside and low. 3 balls, 1 strike to Dunholm. Stands up in the box, right on the line there, and he sends one up the middle. Davis gets it at short and fires across to Jensen for the out on a 1-2-3 defensive inning. A fly out to center and then 2 infield groundouts, and it is still tied at 1 through 2.5 on AlbertLeeLive.com.
Take the first step toward the smile you've always wanted with a call to Alpha Orthodontics in Albert Lea. Dr. Gleich specializes in creating confident, picture-perfect smiles and is the area's only top 1% Diamond Invisalign provider. If you're looking for a less noticeable way to straighten your teeth, ask about Invisalign. Call 507-377-0222 today and schedule your complimentary consultation. Alpha Orthodontics, where dream smiles begin.
At GT Window and Door, we believe what sets us apart is simple. We're local, we're invested in our community, and we stand behind our work. The next time you're planning a project, please give us a chance to earn your business. GT Window and Door, helping transform your house into a home.
Drive your career forward with Albert Lee Bus Company. We're looking for bus monitors. Help ensure the safety, order, and well-being of preschool and special needs students by supervising behavior, assisting with buckling, and supporting a safe ride to and from school. No experience needed. Paid training and flexible schedules are provided. Perfect for retirees, parents, or anyone seeking extra income. Make a difference every ride. Apply today with Albert Lee Bus Company.
So the bottom of the third, and Bracken Wachholz, as you see, leading off here, the 9-hitter, followed by the top of the order, Brody Rassler and Nate Barclay. A 1-1 game, Albert Lee and Austin, the I-90 series. And we mentioned last year, such a wild game. It was dark and looking like rain, but they started the game, and the first batter was Kurtmas, I think, and I have a picture of the scorecard that day. What was the count? It was a 3-2 count. Oh, he walked him. They did walk Cooper Kurtmas to lead off that game, and then the rain hit. It just poured before Leighton Yost could get a pitch thrown to him. So they had one batter, and they moved the whole thing. It got so wet at Markuson Park, they moved it over to the Riverland field. Albert Lee ended up winning that one, but they had to get that field ready, so there was a big pause. We had a half-hour delay at Markuson at least. Then they moved over to Riverland and a more delay to try and get the field ready and let everybody warm up again, and played until about midnight, and Albert Lee came away with the win last year. As it's 0-1 now to Bracken. Bottom of 3, he sends a ground ball to second. Easily handled there by Dylan Wenzel. Gets it over to Rob Lillis for the out. And Bracken, by the way, 1 for 9 on the year, 111 average with a RBI and 2 strikeouts on the year. Doesn't get a lot of at-bats, but needs to get some hits here and get his confidence going. 1 up, 1 down for Brody Rassler. Brody, his first time up, grounded out to short. And a strike is called. He hit the third pitch to shortstop on the ground, and Brody, 200 average coming in. He sends one on a play to the right, and it's 0-2. Well, that one at least bounced off the fence and was retrieved easily. Instead of going into Cujo's yard over there, you'll hear Cujo. Sooner or later, the dog comes out and starts barking. And that one just misses a ball and 2 strikes to Brody. As Klein has 2 strikeouts, no walks. In fact, neither pitcher has a walk yet in this game. He's given up the 1 run on the hit. There's another hit as Brody sends one into left field on a 1-2 pitch. Second hit of the game for Albert Lee. 2 errors also on Austin, so that was what scored the run for Albert Lee in the second inning to tie it. And now Nate Barclay, who popped out to second his first time up. .250 average coming into the day. Could use it. There's Cujo, as if on cue. Maybe they're watching the game in air conditioning, and they heard me talking about Cujo and sent him out. I don't know that that's his name, but I think it fits. He's got a scary little bark to him. He's a hound dog of some sort. 1-0 to Barclay with Rassler at first, and he sends one foul and out of play down the third base side. 1-1. As Brody's, he's got he does have a steal on the year, so he's capable of pilfering a base. Let's see if he tries it here. You got the lefty, so it's tough to steal against the lefty, unless you're trying for third. And the pitch is this time hit to the gap in left center, but left fielder can't make the play. It went off of his glove and everybody's safe. That's going to be an E7 just because it went off the glove there. He apparently saw it enough. And that's the third Austin error. And it puts runners at first and second. Rassler at second, Barclay at first. Here comes Graham Goskison. And he grounded out to second his first time up. But like I said, he's the best hitter on the team this year so far. And Legion play leads the team in many categories. At-bats, hits, average, runs, strikeouts, doubles, steals. He's right up there in all those categories. And that is a strike to Graham. Double G. Yeah, left field and third base, shortstop, all tough fielding today. First base and second base right now in shade, so they're loving it. As the runners dance around and distract. Oh, they got a pickoff now on the first base side. Then they throw to third and everybody gets back safe. That was not a good decision for the first baseman to throw to third. We're going to try and get the lead runner, Brody, but Rassler was all aware of that, and they get back, and all is well with a 0-1 count to Goskison. 1 out. Go-ahead run at second in scoring position in Brody Rassler. As Barclay gets his lead off first, not held on. His first baseman's out in front of him defensively. There's a strike called to Graham, and it's 0-2. The wind is blowing in-ish, but it's not all that strong. It's pretty steady, but it's not really strong. It's kind of blowing towards third base. As that one's fouled off and backwards for a stay at 0-2 for Graham. Another nice. All these kids, I call them kids. They're young men now, but talk to them, and two of them, man, they're just so nice and polite. And why aren't my daughters like that? Well, maybe they are to strangers, but not to me. Here's the 0-2. That's on the ground to first, and a nice grab there. He steps on the bag, and they're not going to get the double play, though, as safely in at second is Barclay. But that's a quick out at first. And Goskison, the second out of the inning. Both of them 4-3 outs. But on to second and third go the base runners. So Rassler at third, Barclay at second. Kermis, as I mentioned, a 160 average, but he has no RBIs this year, so he can get his first two right here with a base hit. He does have 6 runs scored, which is second best on the team. And he scored the run before he had a base hit, but they're going to walk him intentionally to load the bases, so there's a play at any base for Aiden Jensen. So an intentional walk, the first walk of the game for either pitcher. And Kermis at first, and Barclay at second, and Rassler at third, and Jensen sends one high in the air, but not too far away as it's played in foul territory by the third baseman for the out. And they leave the bases loaded on the first pitch hitting Aiden Jensen. Pop out to third, and we stay tied at 1 through 3 full innings here at Hike Field on AlbertLeeLive.com.
Fall and winter typically mean the end of outdoor adventures for your family? Well, not anymore. Visit North Star Recreation in Owatonna and keep the fun alive all year round. Online at northstar-recreation.com and drive away with your new trailer.
You have a brand new house. The construction has left a giant mess of dust and dirt. Call Service Master by Ayat today. 877-945-0993.
The van, the yellow van, call Service Master.
A 30-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $60 this Saturday and Sunday. That's a 30-cent fuel saver for every $60 you spend in-store and online. Saturday and Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
Okay, back here at Hike Field, and Preston Smith continuing on the hill. His fourth inning of work. And as you see, it's Hayden Quitmeyer, the cleanup batter, batting first here this fourth inning. Followed by Benton Perkapile and Rob Lillis, the 4-5-6 hitters for post 91. Preston Smith, one strikeout as he got Lillis last 2 innings ago, because he had a 1-2-3 third. Did Preston Smith in the defense. Try and build on that with 4 outs in a row now. 2 hits, 1 run, 1 error on Albert Lee so far early in this game. The first third of the, well, can't say that, it's almost halfway through. Smith, last of his warm-up tosses. And we're ready to go with lefty Hayden Quitmeyer, the right fielder. Flew out to left field. He went opposite field and entered the first inning with a 3rd out. No, strike is called to Quitmeyer. So strike 1 to Hayden from Preston. Like to see him get him a few more strikeouts. He can strike out by the bunches, batters by the bunches, but has not been really doing that here in the Legion season. Like I said, coming in, he had 7 strikeouts, 5 walks. Now 8 strikeouts and 5 walks. Not a great strikeout to walk ratio, but at least it's on the positive side, as he misses there 1-1. Would you like to see him get some more Ks heading into postseason? That one misses 2 balls, 1 strike. The 2-1 is a strike call right down the middle. I don't know what else you want there, Hayden. Should have swung at that one. 2-2. And this is grounded to Rassler at second. Nice scoop, and the play to Jensen is in time. 1 up, 1 down. We had a lot of 4-3 putouts. That's like the 3rd one for Rassler. He had 1 catch and then 2 ground balls. But even in the other team, Austin's had 2 4-3 putouts last inning. And 1 in the first. So a lot of ground balls to second here. Benton Perkapile, who grounded out to 3rd his first time up, the first out of the 2nd inning. The right-handed hitting catcher with 1 out, nobody on, and a 1-1 game. Already out hitting Austin 3-1. Ooh, that was right up the middle. That's going to be 3-2 unless they can get it over there in time, and they do not. It's safe on a delayed call by the umpire at behind first there. So infield single for Perkapile is the 3rd hit. I'm a hit behind. I think I have 1 extra error for Austin, or for Albert Lee, than the official score here, but that's fine. We can disagree. We can agree to disagree. I go with my numbers. We've been at this quite a while. Played for a long time, too. It's probably the best sport I played. I loved playing basketball and football, but I was probably the best at baseball. Not all-state or anything. Just a decent fielding second baseman. A light-hitting, decent fielding second baseman back in the 70s. That's a 1-0 count now to Lillis with Perkapile at first. For his base hit. And 1 out. I think they have a pinch runner over there, and I don't got a number on him, but we'll try and do that. As this one's fouled on the 3rd base line. That's Shane Gustafson running for Perkapile at first, as he'll go back there, and it's a 1-1 count to Lillis, who struck out his first time up. The only strikeout for Preston Smith so far today. See if he can get him again here. And a 1-1 is the count. 1 out, 1 on, and a 1-1 game. Lots of 1s on the scoreboard here at this juncture. As Gustafson gets his lead, and that's outside. They throw to first. They had him leaning the wrong way, but the tag did not get put on in time by Jensen at first. Back in safely is Perkapile. And Ball and 2 strikes now to Lillis. And Preston nods his approval of the sign, checks the runner, now delivers, and that's fouled out of play. Still 1-2. And a 1-2 from Preston as he shakes off a couple of signs and he's ready to go. And this is lifted toward the gap in right center, but it's going to be hang up there and be caught. And trying to get back to first for the double play, but just couldn't do that. But nice play by Barkley out in right. Makes the catch, and there's 2 away. As Burkebile on first now with 2 down, and Cooper Jacobson, the third baseman, up. He reached on an error and stole the base, but got stranded at third. Base hit this inning broke up 5 outs in a row by the Alberley D. Starting a new string now with that fly to right, and this is to left center gap, and it's nicely done by Graham Goskeson, who any left fielder and third baseman are looking directly into the sun. Shortstop too, so they got it tough, but that was nicely done. And it's a 4-up, 3-down inning for the Alberley D, and stays at 1-1 through 3.5 on AlbertLeeLive.com.
Mr. Sandless in Albert Lea refinishes any kind of floors without sanding. Guaranteed adhesion, guaranteed satisfaction, best warranty in the business. Outdoors, they'll refinish decks, fences, furniture, concrete, and more. Any type of floor indoors like tile, slate, laminates, concrete, asphalt, ceramic, and more. Call local Mr. Sandless, Troy Irvine at 507-391-9100 or check them out online, MrSandless.com.
Gutters by GT is proud to be a sponsor of Albert Lea Athletics. We're committed to protecting your home with seamless gutters and leak protection.
For your home's protection, visit guttersbygt.com for a free estimate.
Together, we're building a stronger community on and off the field. Go Tigers!
Drive your career forward with Albert Lea Bus Company. We're looking for bus monitors. Help ensure the safety, order, and well-being of preschool and special needs students by supervising behavior, assisting with buckling, and supporting a safe ride to and from school. No experience needed. Paid training and flexible schedules are provided. Perfect for retirees, parents, or anyone seeking extra income. Make a difference every ride. Apply today with Albert Lea Bus Company.
And Logan Davis, as you see, will lead off here in the bottom of the 4th for Albert Lea, the 6th hitter in the lineup. He struck out his first time up, but he and then Preston Smith and Griffin Richards. Griffin also striking out his first time up, both back in the 2nd inning. Smith had a fly ball to center. So they're all due. And it's a 1-1 tie here. Bottom of 4. Albert Lea trying to break a 3-game losing streak after such a great Mulvihill Invitational. 3 games they won 2 of, both the Mankato teams they beat. This is foul, first base side and out of play as it bounces harmlessly for a strike. Logan Davis, like I said, this is his 5th American Legion at bat. It's 19 and under, so his birthday falls right and he can play. Even though he graduated last year. He's been graduated for a year already, but able to come back and play when he can. That one's in the dust. 1-1 to Logan. And with Yost not in the lineup and working tonight, and actually, when Logan's here, he usually plays short, and then Yost will move to second, but they just put Rassler there at second. That's a natural move, and Logan stays in his familiar shortstop spot. And he hits one down the line perfectly into left field. And a leadoff base runner for Albert Lea, Logan Davis, his first hit of the Legion season. And that'll bring up Preston Smith. That's the 3rd hit for Albert Lea. They have 1 run on 3 hits, a walk, 2 strikeouts, 3 errors by Austin. And Smith flew out to center his first time up. He's only got 3 hits this Legion season 2 and 22 at bats. He's got to get things going here. Long look in by Jonah Klein, the lefty, who's in his 4th inning of work on the hill for post 91. Time call. 1 on, nobody out in the 4th. 1-1 game. That's that go-ahead run. Logan Davis at first. And offers the bunt, and then the catcher throws down and goes away from first baseman, and Logan thinks about going to third but stays at second. On the E2, that's the 4th error on Austin. And a 1-0 count to Preston. Wow. Pitcher, second baseman, catcher, and left fielder all with errors for post 91. Is now in scoring position is that lead runner, go-ahead runner, Logan Davis. This is flared out to right. That could drop, and a nice play out there by the right fielder, diving for that one, and it holds Davis at second. Oof. Beautiful play out there and right by Hayden Quitmeyer. 1 out. I thought that was going to drop for sure, but he caught up to it and dove for it for the out, and Griffin Richards now the chance to get an RBI. He's got 2 on the season. You can add to that with Davis out there at second and 1 out. Richards struck out on 3 pitches his first time up. Breckenwackles on deck. Time called by Griffin. Got a fly that will not stay off of my arm no matter what I do. Here's the pitch. Ooh, he swings at one that's a little low, but misses. Strike 1 to Richards. Griffin with 3 strikeouts in 12 at-bats. Actually 4 in 13 at-bats now after the strikeout in the second. As time is called, we got the catcher-pitcher meeting, and then Rich Yost, the third base coach, manager, talking with Griffin, giving him some words of encouragement as he's got an RBI opportunity. He can put his team in the lead with a base hit here. With Logan Davis' speed, I would think a base hit would do it. Here's the pitch, an 0-1. That's low. 1-1. Good eye. Profusely sweating Griffin Richards after putting on and taking off the catcher's gear and doing all they do. There goes Davis, and a swing and a foul is going to send him back to second. Looked like he had the steal wrapped up there, but Griffin trying to protect him, and just a foul tip. Excuse me. So 1 and 2 strikes here with 1 out. And the go-ahead run at second for Albert Lee, post 56. Flag flapping lazily out there in center field, pointing towards third base. And a spin and no throw to second as nobody was there except Logan Davis. He ain't going to catch it. 1-2 is the count to Griffin. And he sends that one on a line to first, and they can't double up Logan. In fact, they throw it out into left field, and he's going to get third out of that deal. So a liner by Richards is the second out to first base, and then the throw gets away. That's their 5th error. That sends Logan to third. Everybody's getting one here. Nobody with 2, so they got 5 guys with 1 error each of their starting 9. And that brings up Brecken Wackles, who had a ground out to a second in his first time up, leading off last inning, where we batted 6 guys. Did not score, though. Left the bases loaded last inning, did the Albert Lee. Now, runner at third, and 2 down for Brecken, who takes ball 1. Wackles with an RBI on the season could double that with a base hit here. He lets that one go, and it's low and outside. 2-0. Good eye for Brecken. It's funny talking to him when he said, I may not throw the hardest, but when you watch him throw from third, he throws quite hard. And he's got a gun on him. That's a strike call. 2-1. But he was talking about pitching, not being like a blazing fastball or something, but I don't know. Thing scoots from third to first. 2-1 with 2 down and a runner at third. And he sends one out of play down the first base side. And it's 2-2 with 2 outs. And a 1-1 tie. And both these pitchers have scattered 3 hits with 1 run given up. Although Albert Lee's was scored on an error, so not charged decline. And a called third strike on Brecken ends the inning. And they leave another one in scoring position. That's 3 in the last 2 innings that they've left out there in scoring position. And it's the third strikeout for Klein as we go through 4 now, tied at 1 on AlbertLeeLive.com.
Take the first step toward the smile you've always wanted with a call to Alpha Orthodontics in Albert Lea. Dr. Gleich specializes in creating confident, picture-perfect smiles and is the area's only top 1% Diamond Invisalign provider. If you're looking for a less noticeable way to straighten your teeth, ask about Invisalign. Call 507-377-0222 today and schedule your complimentary consultation. Alpha Orthodontics, where dream smiles begin.
At GT Window and Door, we believe what sets us apart is simple. We're local, we're invested in our community, and we stand behind our work. The next time you're planning a project, please give us a chance to earn your business. GT Window and Door, helping transform your house into a home.
Same practice, same team, new focus. Advanced Family Dental is now Advanced Focus Dental. As dentistry has changed, we have too. We now offer full cosmetic dentistry in addition to routine dental care. Learn more at afd.dental.
As we're back here at Hike Field for the 5th inning, tied at 1, Albert Lea and Austin, American Legion Baseball. And like I mentioned, it's a busy week here. We had Legion Albert Lea Austin tonight. Then it's Legion Thursday. Albert Lea taking on Winona here at 6:30 on AlbertLeeLive.com. Friday, we'll start our tour with VFW games. Friday, they have a game against Rochester Century here at 5. Then Saturday morning at 11, a doubleheader starting with Winona. Sunday is the game against Austin here at Hike at 5 for VFW. So lots of baseball this week. And we start the 5th inning with Jonah Klein, the pitcher, lefty. He had a base hit his only time up today. It's stranded at first, though. That was back in the 2nd inning. He fouls one off here for strike 1. Regular season's ending here for these two teams. Well, Sunday's the last game for VFW, but Monday, the last game for the Legion. They'll be in Rochester Monday after these 2 home games this week. And the 8-9-1 batters to face Preston Smith here in the 5th. Smith with a strikeout, 1 run on 3 hits and an error. And a foul ball makes it 0-2. For Klein, Casey Denzer on deck. And then the top of the order. 0-2 from Smith. To Klein, pitcher to pitcher. Here it is. And this is, nice grab there by Rassler. He didn't quite climb the ladder. That thing kind of died on him, but it looked like it was sailing over his head, and then it just kind of dipped. And Brody able to, with his height, get a hold of that one for 1 up, 1 down. A liner to second, and that brings up Casey Denzer, who flew out to center his first time up. Another lefty. They end the order of 9 batters with a lefty-lefty. Des Austin here with ball 1 to Casey. Dylan Wenzel, top of the order, due up next. This is lifted to Kermis in center, and he gets over there and makes the adjustment and makes the catch for out number 2. That's third catch out there in center for Kermis here today, and it brings up the top of the order Dylan Wenzel. 4 outs in a row now for Preston Smith and the defense, and in fact, 8, 9 out of the last 10 batters have been taken care of by this defense. They had that 1 base hit last inning by Perkapile. That's ball 1. Wenzel doubled and scored in the first and then flew out to center in the third, and he sends one to right field, and that's caught out there by Barclay, and that's a 1-2-3 inning. Second one of those defensively for Albert Lee, as 2 fly balls on a line out, and it's still 1-1. So we head to the bottom of the 5th. Albert Lee bats hopefully get some hits here coming up on AlbertLeeLive.com.
When you need insurance coverage for anything, you only need to make one call to Troy Thompson Agency in Albert Lee, 507-377-2852. Troy has been an independent insurance agent for a long time, and that means that he can find an insurance plan that's perfect for you from one of the many top-rated insurance companies he represents. It's complete insurance coverage for your car, home, life, and business. Troy Thompson Agency has it all for you in one place, 1330 West Main Street, Albert Lee. Call 507-377-2852 today and get the peace of mind you need.
Same practice, same team, new focus. Advanced Family Dental is now Advanced Focus Dental. As dentistry has changed, we have too. We now offer full cosmetic dentistry in addition to routine dental care. Learn more at afd.dental.
As we go to the bottom of 5, all tied up at 1. 1 run for Austin in the first. We tied it in the second, and that's where it stayed. We had the bases loaded 1 inning we left, and left another runner at third last inning. Got to score those runs. And it's the top of the order here, as you see on the screen. Brody Rassler, Nate Barclay, Graham Goskuson to face Jonah Klein here in the 5th. The 5th, bottom of the 5th. Rassler had a base hit last time up. Grounded out to short his first time at the plate today. 5 for 22 on the Legion season for Brody. A .227 average. As he watches the first pitch go by for ball 1. Albert Lee's run was scored in the second. Cooper Kermis led off with a base hit. Made his way around. Was knocked in on, actually scored on an error, so nobody got the RBI. 1-1 to Rassler. Klein outside. 2-1. Five Austin errors here today. Been a little sloppy in the field today with 5 different guys getting errors. At least it's not 1. I mean, I feel bad enough getting 1 error, but if you had 5, you'd say, just replace me. 2-2. Klein delivers inside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Jonah with 3 strikeouts on the day and a walk. Oh, that was walk on purpose to load the bases, and it worked out for them. They got the out the next batter and didn't give up a run, as that one is ball 4 for Rassler, and he's on for the second time. So an intentional walk last inning, and now I guess it was a 6-pitch walk to Rassler for Nate Barclay with nobody out. Go-ahead run is on. Barclay had a pop out to second, and he reached on an error to the left fielder back in the third, in and out of the glove out there. I'm sure the sun had something to do with it, but if it hits inside of your glove and you don't make the out, it's got to be an error. Yeah, that's a base hit to the gap in left center, and stopping at second is Rassler. So Brody is at first, Nate at first, and Brody at second. And a fourth hit of the day for Albert Lee. Graham Goskuson's up. He has 2 ground balls to second. And 0 for 2 going. Coming in, man, 444 average. 12 out of 27. He's got to get back to that. He's got 2 guys on here with nobody out in the 5th of a 1-1 game with Austin. A lot of shadow on the field now. Center fielder is in the sun. And this one's going his way. And he makes a jiving catch in center field. That's 2 great plays out there. Right fielder and center fielder each for Austin. Making great catches. And holds the runners, too. 1 out. And Cooper Kermis coming up. Cooper with a base hit, and he scored the only run for Albert Lee back in the second inning. And he also walked, so he's been on both his times. Up first and second as Barclay gets his lead at first. Rassler at second. Cooper, like I said, he had 3 putouts in center field so far today, and see if he can knock some in with the bat. Scored the run, might as well knock in a couple. Or at least one anyway that's in scoring position as he takes strike 1. 1 out. As Klein looks at long look at second base and now comes home. Fouled out of play. 0-2 to Coop. And Aiden Jensen on deck. They walked Cooper intentionally last 2 innings ago, I guess it was, to load the bases, and that's how we left him as Jensen popped out to third base to end the inning. Next batter. And that's going to be low for a ball. 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes. Klein checking the runners, now delivers. Cooper puts it in the air, and it's going to be a running catch again by the center fielder, and quickly Rassler has to get back to second before he's doubled off, but that's 2 outs. Both on flies to center, and it leaves it up to Aiden Jensen. Yet another runner in scoring position. Let's not leave him on. Aiden has reached on an error and popped out to third. So 0 for 2. And he's 2 for 12 on the season. As Klein checks the runner and then goes into his windup in motion and throws it in there for a foul ball off to the left and out of play. Strike 1 to Jensen. Aiden has that perfect baseball form, just a tall, slender dude. With muscles. Takes outside there, 1-1. Ball on a strike from Klein to Jensen. That's a base hit, and it should score the run. They're going to keep him there. That was a shallow center field, and he might have been thrown out there. Center fielder got to that one quick, but we have now runners at every base with 2 down here in the 5th. Rassler's at third, Barclay at second, and Jensen with a base hit is at first. fifth hit of the day for Albert Lea. And Logan Davis, who has a strikeout and a base hit on the day. 1 for 2. 1 for 5 on the season in limited play. He moved around the base paths when he got that base hit last inning with 2 errors, but then got stranded at third. Fouls him back to the screen for strike 1. Logan, the old guy on the team. He's either almost 19 or is 19. For this 19 and under crew, and it's 0-1 to him with 2 down, and the bases loaded with Albert Lea runners, and that's outside. Nowhere to put him, but a 1-1 count. And you got to watch out for those wild pitches or pass balls, because Brody's ready to go, 90 feet away. There's a slow roller to third, and they're going to go to first for the out, and they got it. So no run score, and 5-3 play pretty nicely done there for Austin. And we're still tied at 1 here through 5 with 6 outs to go for each team or more if we'll just go as long as it takes here. And we're not going to do like we did last year in Austin, have to switch fields and get a downpour and all that. Just a nice hot day here at Hike Field on AlbertLeaLive.com.
When you need insurance coverage for anything, you only need to make one call to Troy Thompson Agency in Albert Lea, 507-377-2852. Troy has been an independent insurance agent for a long time, and that means that he can find an insurance plan that's perfect for you from one of the many top-rated insurance companies he represents. It's complete insurance coverage for your car, home, life, and business. Troy Thompson Agency has it all for you in one place, 1330 West Main Street, Albert Lea. Call 507-377-2852 today and get the peace of mind you need.
Service Master by Ayat's Janitorial Services cover everything from floor care and carpet cleaning to general cleaning, windows, and power washing. Call Service Master by Ayat today.
The man in the yellow van, called Service Master.
Preston Smith going to take on the 2-3-4 hitters here as he enters his 6th inning of work. Only got the 1 strikeout, but no walks. He's given up 1 run on 3 hits. 1 error in the game was on third baseman Brecken Wackles. Huh? A B?
Bandwidth issue.
Oh, bandwidth issue. Okay. Well, as long as it's yellow and not red, we're good. As we start the 6th inning here, 1-1 in the I-90 showdown between Albert Lea and Austin. American Legion Post 91 of Austin and 56 in Albert Lea doing battle once again. And Sunday, VFW plays Austin here, but we have Thursday game for the Legion, and then Friday night for the VFW, a doubleheader Saturday at 11 a.m. and for the VFW, and they also play Austin in VFW baseball Sunday at 5. And it's, like you saw, John Raleigh, the shortstop, leading off here. Keegan Dunholm and Hayden Quitmeyer to follow. Raleigh 0 for 2 with a ground out to third and a pop out to short so far today. Takes ball 1. 1-1 in the 6th. 3 hits for Austin. 5 for Albert Lea, but they've left the bases loaded twice. That's a lot of scoring potential there gone. And they also had a runner at third once that they left, so that's 5 runners in scoring position that they've left Albert Lea in this one. Oh, what could have been. 2-0 to Raleigh. Make that 3-0 as Preston has lost the strike zone early in the 6th. Well, they'll be taken all the way here, and that's going to be I was going to say a 4-pitch walk, but no, it's a strike called on the outside corner. This is lifted to right field and very quickly out to Barkley, and he makes the catch. He didn't have much time to turn around and get that one, but did secure it for 1 up, 1 down here in the 6th. Keegan Dunholm had a ground out in the first, an RBI ground out to second, and then grounded out to short his second time up. 0 for 2 for the DH. Ten of the last 11 batters have been outs for Austin here. So the Albert Lee defense and pitcher Preston Smith handling them quite well here lately, as that's a strike called to Dunholm. They had the base hit by Perkopaw back in the 4th, but that was the last hit since 2 out in the 2nd. And they got their run in the 1st. The first batter of the game was the one who scored. Doubled and then scored on a ground ball. And that's fouled, and it's going to be a ball and 2 strikes to Dunholm, who has the RBI for Austin tonight, but is 0 for 2. 2 ground balls, second and short. Here's the 1-2 as Shade's shadow really covering a lot of the field. That's up high, and left fielder and third baseman basically are still the only ones with sun in their eyes. 2-2 to Dunholm. 1 out, nobody on in the 6th of a 1-1 game. And a strike called. Sack and K for Preston. That was a big one. 2 up, 2 down. 7 outs in a row. 12 out of the last 13 have been outs. And Hayden Quitmeyer, who is 0 for 2 with a fly out to left and a ground ball out to second. 2 1-2-3 innings already for the Albert Lee D, and they're working on the 3rd one here. 2nd in a row. If they can get Quitmeyer out, and that is going to be ball 1. The 1-0, Smith rocks and fires and misses outside and high. 2-0. Smith fires. Strike called. 2-1 to Hayden Quitmeyer. As Preston fights back from a 2-0, getting behind 2-0, now 3-1. As that one's in the dust. And a check swing, and he walked him. That's the first walk for Preston Smith in the ball game, and it puts a runner on with 2 outs, and Benton Perkopaw coming up, the catcher. He had a base hit his last time up and grounded out to 3rd. He's got to take off the equipment, get ready to bat here as Quitmeyer takes first. 2 down. Perkopaw ripped a single, and it's the first pitch he saw in the 4th inning. And he hit the first pitch he saw in the 2nd inning. So he has seen 2 pitches. He's 1 for 2. And he lets that one go for ball 1. Smith, time called. Perkopaw's got to get that shin guard just right. Not Nomar Garcia Parra-like, but paying a lot of attention to it. 1-0. And that's fouled back. 1-1. Hour and a half in. We've still got a good 40 minutes left, I think, of that the one camera from behind. That one we're looking at there. So 1-1, 2 outs, and a runner at first for Austin. Game tied at 1 here in the top of the 6th at Hike Field. Smith, long look in, finally agrees to a sign, and he is ready to deal. And it's just a bit high, so 2-1. If Perkapile reaches, Rob Lillis is due up. Smith waits for Benton to get in the box, and now he's ready to go. And as Quitmeyer gets his lead at first, held on there by Jensen, and a swing and a foul ball. 2-2. And 2 down with 2-2 count, and runner at first here for Austin. Their go-ahead run on a 2-out walk to Quitmeyer is at first. Now they've made the errors 5, but Albert Lee has left 5 in scoring position on base. This time has tried to call for Perkapile, but Ump didn't give it to him, and then he swings and misses at strike 3 to end the inning. They leave 1 stranded. And we go to the bottom of the 6th, tied at 1 here on AlbertLeeLive.com.
Mr. Sandless in Albert Lea refinishes any kind of floors without sanding. Guaranteed adhesion, guaranteed satisfaction, best warranty in the business. Outdoors, they'll refinish decks, fences, furniture, concrete, and more. Any type of floor indoors like tile, slate, laminates, concrete, asphalt, ceramic, and more. Call local Mr. Sandless, Troy Irvine at 507-391-9100 or check them out online, MrSandless.com.
Gutters by GT is proud to be a sponsor of Albert Lea Athletics. We're committed to protecting your home with seamless gutters and leak protection.
For your home's protection, visit guttersbygt.com for a free estimate.
Together, we're building a stronger community on and off the field. Go Tigers!
A 30-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $60 this Saturday and Sunday. That's a 30-cent fuel saver for every $60 you spend in-store and online. Saturday and Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
As always, good deals going on with Hy-Vee there, one of our great sponsors. As get ready to go here at the bottom of the 6th, and we have a new pitcher. It's number 12 for Austin, and that is Brandon Rye.
Who's the player?
And Preston Smith will lead off for Albert Lea. So Jonah Klein goes 5 innings and gives up 1 run on 5 hits, walked 2, struck out 3, had 5 errors behind him. And Brandon Rye will take over, a right-hander from the lefty Klein. Smith, Richards, Wackles, 7, 8, 9 batters for Albert Lea due up here in the bottom of the 6th of a 1-1 game. And no hits between all 3 of them yet in this one, so they're all due. And of the 5 hits for Albert Lea, they've kind of been scattered. Kermis had 1. He scored the only run for Albert Lea back in the 2nd. And they got another one from Rassler in the 3rd. Leadoff single for Logan Davis in the 4th. And 2 singles in the 5th, one by Barclay and one by Jensen. But they left the bases loaded in the 5th and the 3rd. So wasted opportunities there with a 1-1 game. Smith, like I said, 0 for 2. He's flown out to center and to right field today. And 3 for 24 on the season as his average keeps dipping here. To get that turned around here as we head towards the playoffs next. I think it's a week from Saturday. Or maybe a week from Sunday. The 20th is the Legion start of playoffs in Stewartville. That's where they'll play the Division I playoffs. That's in the dirt, 1-0 to Preston. Haven't decided yet if we'll go to Stewartville for that, but we'll let you know. And that's up high and tight, 2-0. Brandon Rye's got some snap on his fastball as he begins his work on the hill here off the bench. Fouled by Preston into the screen, 2-1. Tying of the shoe for Rye. Ready to go. Smith steps in. 2 balls, 1 strike. Nobody out, nobody on. Bottom of 6 in a 1-1 game, and that's fouled and out of play. 2-2 to Preston. Only 11 guys on the team tonight here for Albert Lea, and still haven't seen either of the bench players, Cooper Rassler or Cohen Drescher. As the pitch comes in, that's in the dust, and it'll be a full count here to Smith leading off the 6th for Albert Lea. Trying to break this 1-1 tie that's been in place since the 2nd inning. A lot of goose eggs up there on the scoreboard. And he blasts one to left, but it's hanging up there. It's in the sun, but caught out there. Nicely done by their left fielder, Brandon Shaw. And it's 1 up, 1 down here in the 6th for Albert Lea. 3 fly ball outs to the outfield for Preston. Each segment of the outfield covered for him. 1 to left, 1 to center, 1 to right. And Griffin Richards, a strikeout victim in the 2nd, and a lined out to first in the 4th. 0 for 2 day. And he is 2 for 14 on the Legion season. And takes strike 1. 1 out, nobody on. Swing and a miss at a fastball there. 0-2 rather. 0-2. Griffin. See, if I was Griffin, I'd call myself GNR. But see, now that doesn't mean anything to today's kids because it's Guns N' Roses, which was popular in the 80s and 90s. There's a ground ball to short. And in time at first to get Griffin by a step or so. And there's 2 up, 2 down here in the 6th. And the 9-hitter Brecken Wackles due up. He is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out to 2nd. Looking for his 2nd hit of the Legion season. A little 2-out rally going here, top of the order after him, so if he can get on. You got Brody Rassler, Nate Barkley, Graham Goskeson coming up. Try and on-break this 1-1 tie. Here's the pitch, inside, ball 1. Talking to Wackles before the game. You'll hear that on the archive as soon as we get this game archived afterwards. Talking about all his sporting endeavors. He's really looking forward to the football season. He thinks they can do better, get to state this coming season. They were 1 game short last year. He'll be the quarterback, I would think, the odds-on favorite for it. 1-1 pitch is a strike. A ball and 2 strikes to Brecken. And then, of course, his wrestling is one of the best wrestlers around. It's on the ground to the right, but the first baseman has to scoop to the pitcher. They do it nicely, though, and they get the out. And a 1-2-3 inning for the Austin D. On the 3-1 put out at first, and we go to the 7th, tied at 1. This could go on all night. Too bad I don't get paid by the hour, but neither do you, young lady. It's a flat rate for you as we go to the 7th on AlbertLeeLive.com.
Fall and winter typically mean the end of outdoor adventures for your family. Well, not anymore. Visit North Star Recreation in Owatonna and keep the fun alive all year round. Online at northstar-recreation.com and drive away with your new trailer.
Service Master by Ayatt's Janitorial Services cover everything from floor care and carpet cleaning to general cleaning, windows, and power washing. Call Service Master by Ayatt today.
The man, the yellow van, called Service Master.
Drive your career forward with Albert Lee Bus Company. We're looking for bus monitors. Help ensure the safety, order, and well-being of preschool and special needs students by supervising behavior, assisting with buckling, and supporting a safe ride to and from school. No experience needed. Paid training and flexible schedules are provided. Perfect for retirees, parents, or anyone seeking extra income. Make a difference every ride. Apply today with Albert Lee Bus Company.
And we're back here at Highfield for the 7th, and maybe not the last inning, but we'll see. Somebody can unbreak this tie. We have Preston Smith still on the hill here for Albert Lee in his 7th inning of work. He's gone 6 innings, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk. Just that 1 run in the first. The first batter he faced ended up scoring after he doubled. And since then, he's put up goose eggs. Only the 1 error, and that was on walk-holes, and that was iffy. But I did call it an error, and I apologize to Brecken if he wants me to change it. I'm not the official scorer, so I don't think they actually... Well, they do have 2 errors for Albert Lee. I only have that 1. And I have 5 on Austin. They only have 1 up there on the board for Austin. Jeez, I got 5 surefire errors on the Austin D. Anyway, they're at bat now in the 7th. Top of the 7th, tied at 1. Rob Lillis, the first baseman, leads off. 6th hitter in the lineup. He's 0 for 2 today with a strikeout and a pop out to right. He tries to bunt and misses. Strike 1. Lillis, Jacobson, and Klein due up here, although Klein was replaced by Rye, so he may be the 3rd batter up, I would think. Sometimes that doesn't matter in youth ball. Strike there, 0-2. Preston with 2 strikeouts last inning got him to 3 in the game. And he's 1 walk, so on the season, 10 strikeouts, 6 walks. And that's a slow roller. Brecken misplays and another error. 2 on the 3rd baseman, and leadoff runner is on. And Cooper Jacobson reached on the other error that Wacholz made. That was a tougher play, but it still was in and out of his glove. But he also flew out to left, did Cooper, the 3rd baseman. 0 for 2 with a steal. The 3rd base is tough, but I still think if it goes in and out of your glove, that's got to be an error. If you even dive at it and don't touch it with your glove, that can't be an error. Or if you touch it even, if it doesn't go in, if it glances off your glove, I don't think that's an error. Especially from the hot corner. And the first pitch to Jacobson is swing and a miss. He's got the fastball going, does Preston. Had him out in front of that one. 0-1. Lillis lead at first. Held on by Jensen. Nobody out in the 7th for Austin as that's fouled out of play. The right side. 0-2. Preston's got him right where he wants him. Pull the string here and get strikeout number 4. Checks the runner. Lillis at first. And delivers 0-2. The runner goes, and this is lifted to right field. Barclay gets under it and makes the catch, and back to first scampers Lillis. There's 1 out on the fly to right. Jonah Klein due up, but it's going to be Brandon Rye, like I suspected, who relieved him on the hill last inning. And Rye will bat here in the 7th with 1 out and 1 on. Klein was 1 for 2. He had a base hit and a line out to second. But we'll see what Rye does here. A right-handed bat. And it's going to be outside. They throw it out to first. Back safely is Lillis. Ball 1 to Brandon Rye. Big lead by Lillis over there. Jensen holds him on. Here's the 1-0. Strike on the outside corner to the right-handed batter. And it's 1-1. Finally, the left fielder and third baseman not looking into the sun for the first time inning today. Everybody's got some shade now. There's a swing and a miss. 1-2 to Rye. He's got him rattled. Way out in front of that one. It's the 8th spot in the order here, and Casey Denzer due up next. As Smith, check the runner now. He delivers outside. The runner's going to be safe because that ball was way outside. He had to reach for it, did Griffin, and then throw down. The throw wasn't bad. It was just the reach for the outside pitch that threw that whole thing off. It's 2-2. Runner at second now is Lillis with the stolen base. That's the lead runner in a 1-1 game here with 1 out and in the dirt, and Griffin can't find it, but Lillis didn't go. Whew. He dodged the bullet there. He should be at third, but it is 3-1, or 3-2 rather, to Rye. Griffin turned a couple of circles trying to find the ball. It was right at his feet. With that mask on, it's hard to tell. 3-2. This is skied to short. Davis, Kermis. Kermis comes in and makes it. Catch almost at the shortstop's position from center field, but that'll be his 4th put out of the day. 2 down, runner at second, and Casey Denzer, center fielder. He's flown out to center twice to Kermis. Two down now, and that lead runner at second. Strike is called to Denzer, the lefty. Smith trying to work out this little jam here. Stay tied so his boys can go to work at the bat in the bottom of the 7th. Try and walk it off here. 1-1. It'll be the top of the order, too, for Albert Lee. Rassler, Barkley, and Goskeson due up in the 7th. And it's on the ground off of Smith, and everybody's going to be safe. He didn't even get the throw off there, but it's going to be first and third on an infield single. Ricochets off the leg of Smith. He seems to be fine. Lillis goes to third. Denzer at first, and top of the order, Dylan Wenzel, who doubled and scored in the first, then flew out to center and flew out to right, and here comes Yost, probably to make a pitching change as the infield converges. We'll see if he takes the ball. I kind of think he's gonna, just because it hit him in the leg. He's still shaking that leg. Well, I guess he's just giving him a pep talk, so that's good. Preston's earned this to stay in. He's only got up 3 hits. Well, 4 now with the infield single. But only the 1 run. That was the first batter of the game. So he's done a fine job with 3 strikeouts and a walk. As the umpire breaks up the festivities on the hill. Austin with that 1 run in the first was doubled by Wenzel to lead off the game. A pop out to short. And then he scored on an RBI ground out by Keegan Dunholm. Albert Lee scored in the second. Their only run was Cooper Kermis leading off with a single. He reached second on an error. And another error may put him over at third. Actually scored on that error, that second error. So no RBI for Albert Lee on their run. But since then, there's been goose eggs for both teams. Well, Albert Lee tried to load the bases twice, but couldn't score. Now Austin with first and third and 2 outs. And Wenzel, the leadoff man up, takes one high and tight, ball one. Well, high, maybe not so tight. It was high. First and third as Lillis is at third, Denzer at first. They get their lead. Smith checks him out, but steps off the rubber, and time is called. 1-0 is the count. Wenzel 1 for 3 on the day. And the runner goes, and this is hit to center. Kermis started in, then comes back out and makes the catch to end the inning, or half inning anyway, for Austin. And that's his 5th put out in center field on the day. And we go to the bottom of the 7th. Albert Lee with a chance to walk it off here, or do we go extra innings? We'll find out after this on AlbertLeeLive.com.
Drive your career forward with Albert Lee Bus Company. We're looking for bus monitors. Help ensure the safety, order, and well-being of preschool and special needs students by supervising behavior, assisting with buckling, and supporting a safe ride to and from school. No experience needed. Paid training and flexible schedules are provided. Perfect for retirees, parents, or anyone seeking extra income. Make a difference every ride. Apply today with Albert Lee Bus Company.
Oh, yeah, this bottom of the 7th.
A 30-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $60 this Saturday and Sunday. That's a 30-cent fuel saver for every $60 you spend in-store and online. Saturday and Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
Saturday, be there at Hy-Vee for that deal there. Anyway, sorry. This is the bottom of the 7th, tied at 1. And we'll see if the top of the order can produce the winning run here for Albert Lee and walk it off, and everybody goes home happy, except, of course, Austin post 91. But somebody's got to be on the short end. Or do we go extra innings? It's Brody Rassler, Nate Barclay, and Graham Goskuson due up here in the 7th for Albert Lee post 56. Oh. How do we do that? He wants the lights on, and if we get through this half inning. I don't know where the switch is. Well, that's this light, but that's not those lights. Rassler has a base hit and a walk and a ground out to short today. So he's 3 for 12 on the Legion season. And he lets that one go, strike one. Yeah, the whole field is pretty much bathed in shade right now, so lights need to go on if we go to extras. And, ooh, that one popped right out of the glove. A strike is called, though, 0-2. I never could get used to a catcher's mitt. I tried catching, and the pocket, I don't know. I don't know if my left hand was strong enough to squeeze the ball. It's so padded, and I don't know. Never could get used to it. Got to really catch it in that webbing. 1-2 to Rassler. Brody with 3 putouts at second base today. Let that one go, 2-2. He is the winning run, and needs to get on and move around the bases. Scored twice this year in Legion play, and that third one would be nice. It's a 2-2 count. Rye starting his second inning of work in relief for Austin. That's fouled on out of play. We'll stay at 2-2. And Brody at third base. Both times we left the bases loaded. It was that close. It could have been game deciders if he'd have scored in even one of those. And that's low. Full count to Brody. Yeah, he had a base hit in the third, worked his way around to third and got stopped there. Then he walked in the fifth and worked his way around to third and couldn't go any farther. Three-2 from Rye to Rassler. And it's a walk. Lead off man is on. First walk for Rye. Third of the game for Austin pitching. And Nate Barclay. He had a base hit his last time up. And was stuck at second behind Rassler. He reached on an error in the third and got stranded at second and then popped out to second. His first time up. So he's 1 for 3. He's got a runner at first, nobody out. In a 1-1 tie, bottom of the 7th. Home team trying to walk it off. That winning run dives back into first safely. Potential winning run. My neighbor, Brody Rassler. Gets a nice lead off at first, held on there by Lillis. And the bunt laid down the third baseline perfectly. They throw. Ooh, well, Barclay made it closer than I thought it was, but he does move the runner. So a sacrifice bunt, and he's the first out. He moves Rassler, the potential winning run, to second into scoring position. And it brings up Graham Goskeson, who needs a hit here. Came in, probably still has the best average on the team. Easton Shuey, second best, is not even playing tonight. He's at 428, but Goskeson, 444 coming in, but he's 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts to second and a fly out to center. As they discuss what to do here with the walk-off run at second base. Base hit could end it right here. And this is the guy who could do it. 12 base hits on the year for Graham. Team leader in that category and others. First baseman is up on the grass. Everybody else back in the dirt. Takes high. Ball 1. Tough spot for Rye as he tries to work out of this and get to extra innings. One-0 is right back to Rye. He goes to third, and they can't apply the tag. A safe. They think they're going to appeal to the home plate ump that third baseman Jacobson tagged him. But if he tagged him, why did he keep trying to get him out when he dove back for the base? Rassler is called safe at third. I think that might be the right call. He really avoided it. I don't know if we didn't get a replay on that, I'm sure, but we should have. As that is a fielder's choice for Goskeson, and first and third with 1 out. They appeal all they want, but they're not going to change the mind of the umpires, as Cooper Kermis could be the hero now. He's up, had a base hit and a run scored. The only run so far for Albert Lee. Could he knock in the winning run? He walked also and flew out to center, so he's 1 for 3 on the day. 5 for 28 on the season. It does not have an RBI, so this first RBI could be a big one, a game-winning walk-off. With 1 out, and it's ripped to short. They get it on a hop, and almost had Rassler in a run down at first, but then the throw is in and out of the glove of Lillis at first, and safe is Kermis on an E3. Should have scooped that one, I think. And the bases are loaded again. Third time we've had the bases loaded. The first 2 times we haven't been able to score, but here comes Aiden Jensen with 1 out. And the bases juiced, and now Austin going to talk about it, or they're going to force at any base. You have to come home here, because if you go to first and the run scores, we win. So they have to, on a ground ball to the infield, they have to throw it home and then try and get the double play at first. As far as Albert Lee, you try and find some green somewhere. Jensen had a base hit his last time up. He's 1 for 3. Reached on an error, popped out to third, and got a single. So he's been on twice today. See if he can get it done. There's still only 1 out. Kermis at first, Goskeson at second, Rassler at third, 1 down after Barkley laid down a nice sacrifice bunt. And a 7th inning walk-off is very doable here for lefty Jensen. Nowhere to put him, so they got to pitch to him carefully. Infield is all up. They're moving the outfield all up. Just hit it where they ain't, Aiden. You can be the hero for a day. And he takes the first pitch for a strike. The first baseman is up almost on the grass, and so there's a big hole there. If he just pulls it through the infield between first and second, there's a big gap in the outfield out there, too. They're almost inviting him to pull it out that way, but that's a strike call. Now it's 0-2. And Logan Davis is on deck for Albert Lee Post 56. Don't leave the bases loaded for a third time in the game, boys. Let's go. Let's punch one across here. That's a hit right to short. Caught on the line, and everybody's back safe. So 2 outs. And it leaves it up to Logan Davis, who is 0 for 3. Strikeout, ground out to third, and reached on an error. He was stranded at third back in the 4th inning. And the right-hander digs in. Got his... Actually, he did have a base hit. He's 1 for 3. He reached on a hit, and then 2 errors moved him around to third on the base paths. So he did get his first Legion hit in the 4th inning. Looking for another one here with a 1-0 count. Up high, 2-0 to Logan. Base is loaded. Bottom of the 7th. 1-1 since the 2nd. Two outs. And the pitch from Rye is called strike 1. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. And that is outside and low. No, it's strike called. Huh? From my angle, it looks a little low, but the umpire right there calls it strike 2. 2-2. 2 outs. Base is loaded. Will it be a walk-off or will it be extra innings? And it's a hit to short, a bad hop. The throw is long, but they got him. It's going to be extra innings. Wow, that was a nice play by the shortstop for Austin there, John Rowley.
Other camera's dead.
And we lost 1 camera, but we still have the other, and a 6-3 put out. And we're going to extra innings for the 2nd game in a row. We had the 9-inning game last week for the VFW. See if the Legion can win this one. I can't turn lights on, but somebody will. The umpire seems to think I'm in charge, but we all know that's not true. And we go to this 8th inning, all tied at 1 here on AlbertLeeLive.com.
Take the first step toward the smile you've always wanted with a call to Alpha Orthodontics in Albert Lea. Dr. Gleich specializes in creating confident, picture-perfect smiles and is the area's only top 1% Diamond Invisalign provider. If you're looking for a less noticeable way to straighten your teeth, ask about Invisalign. Call 507-377-0222 today and schedule your complimentary consultation. Alpha Orthodontics, where dream smiles begin.
You have a brand new house. The construction has left a giant mess of dust and dirt. Call Service Master by Ayat today. 877-945-0993.
The man, the yellow van, called Service Master.
As they fired up the lights. Yeah, they did. The lights are on here at Hike Field as we head to the 8th inning. And no sunshine on this field. 1-1. Both runs scored early. As you can see, John Raleigh, the 2-hitter, is first up here in the extra frame. And we have a new pitcher, Cohen Drescher, for Albert Lee. Preston Smith goes 7 innings, gives up that 1 run on 4 hits. Walked 1, struck out 3, had a couple errors behind him. Drescher, 18 innings this season, leads the team in innings pitched. 19 strikeouts, 12 walks, 15 earnies for a 7.50 ERA. 23 hits in his 18 innings, hit a bat or 2. So he'll come in relief, and he was voted best pitcher in the high school season for Albert Lee in their end-of-the-year party. And he will see John Raleigh, who is 0 for 3. He popped out to short, grounded out to third, and flew out to right in his 3 at-bats. 8th inning, 1-1. Strike is called. As Drescher and Barclay back and forth for the strikeout lead on the team. That's a swing and a miss. Coming into this one, Drescher had 19 strikeouts in 18 innings. Barclay had 20, one more than him in 16 2/3. But Drescher working on that 20th right here with an 0-2 count to the leadoff man of the 8th for Austin. And he got him. They dropped the ball, but they'll throw to first, get the strikeout completed that way. Fourth K for Austin, or Albert Lee pitching, first for Drescher, and his 20th of the season ties him with Barclay for the team lead in that category, as I said. Keegan Dunholm as the DH. He had the RBI in the first inning, their only run. Grounded out, and then he grounded out again in the 3rd and struck out in the 5th, or 6th rather. 1 down, nobody on here in the 8th. That's a slow roller. Rassler's going to have to hurry. Gloves it, throws it. Jensen grabs it, and that's an out. 2 up, 2 down. And Hayden Quitmeyer due up. He had a walk his last time up, but then he was 0 for 2 before that with a ground out to second to Rassler and a fly out to left to Goskison. 2 down, nobody on here in the 8th. Drescher, the new pitcher, looking good. Very few pitches thrown here. Strike 1 to Quitmeyer. That's the 4th pitch this inning for Drescher. 2 outs and a strike already on the 3rd guy. And that's on the ground. Davis, boy, takes nasty hops off this grass infield, but he got the job done. 6-3 put out, 1-2-3 inning for Drescher and the boys, and they'll see if they can walk it off in the 8th. Coming up here for them, it'll be the bottom of the order. Due up, Smith, Richards, and Wackles on AlbertLeeLive.com.
When you need insurance coverage for anything, you only need to make one call to Troy Thompson Agency in Albert Lee, 507-377-2852. Troy has been an independent insurance agent for a long time, and that means that he can find an insurance plan that's perfect for you from one of the many top-rated insurance companies he represents. It's complete insurance coverage for your car, home, life, and business. Troy Thompson Agency has it all for you in one place, 1330 West Main Street, Albert Lee. Call 507-377-2852 today and get the peace of mind you need.
Can't hurt my feelings. Here we are in the... Are we going to play another one? Bottom of the 8th. Albert Lee with Preston Smith, Griffin Richards, and Brecken Wackles due up. But... Drescher pitched for... Oh, I see Cooper Rassler's coming in to lead off for Smith in the pitcher spot there in the 7th spot in the order. So young Cooper will get in at bat here. See if he can get something sparked in the 8th in a 1-1 game. This has been quite a duel here. Every Austin Albert Lee baseball game seems to have some quirk about it. You know, last year was the pitch to the walk to start the game, and then the downpour that made him move to another field to complete that game over in Austin. Now we'll get this one here going to extra innings with a 1-1 score. You know, you saw back in the second inning it was 1-1. Well, we're going to have, you know, it's going to be a 6-5 game here. No, 1-1. Limited hits, 5 for Albert Lea and 4 for Austin. 5 errors for Austin and 2 for Albert Lea. Albert Lea's left the bases loaded 2 or 3 times. It's crazy. Should have been over if they'd have scored even one of those runs. But Cooper Ressler here to lead off in the 8th for Albert Lea, facing Rye in his 3rd inning of work. And that's a strike called to Cooper. Oh, 1 to Cooper Ressler as Rye delivers. And a check swing, but ball 1-1. And scoreboard here in the facility is wrong. They're not paying attention. It's 1-1. They're talking, telling stories. That'll happen. I've been wrong a time or two. Ask my ex-wives. 2-0. He swings and misses. Took a good rip at that one. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. Now they got it right in the building. And that's outside. 2-2. Griffin Richards on deck. Brecken Wacholz to follow. I don't know if that's how they'll do it here, as it does look like Griffin in the on deck circle. That's outside, and it's a full count. Rye only has a 1 walk. He's got no strikeouts and given up no hits. And since he came in the 6th inning, he had a 1-2-3 first inning for him. Swing and a miss, and he's got 1 out here in the 8th as Cooper leads off with a strikeout. So that's first K for Rye, as he went 1-2-3 the first, and then he did face 6 batters in his 2nd inning of work, and had his walk there. But Albert Lea leaving the bases loaded for the 3rd time in the game last inning. Now Richards, who struck out, lined out to first, and then grounded out to short. He's 0 for 3. Oh, we got a hit. Well, he's on. He's happy. He's like, I can be the winning run here. As he is hit, first hit by pitch of the night for any pitcher. And they got to talk to Rye. Well, I don't know. Is there a coach coming out? Just the catcher and 3rd baseman going to talk to him. As Richards is on with Wacholz up. And 1 out here in the 8th of a 1-1 game. So the winning run is on. Wacholz has 2 groundouts, 1 to first, 1 to second, and a strikeout. 0 for 3 tonight. Come on, Brecken. Let's get a base hit. I talked to you after all before the game, and that's usually good luck for players. Certain sports, especially hockey. Remember that. I'll never forget Drake Sternhagen scoring 6 goals after I talked to him in the pre-game. Tied his school record. Or maybe broke it. Can't remember which. But I had a run going in hockey where if I talked to the kid before the game, they did well. Scored a goal anyway. Well, there's a strike to Brecken. 1 out, 1 on here in the 8th. Can they work Griffin Richards around the bases to score the winning run? Top of the order due up next. And Brecken puts one on the ground to 3rd. And a misplay. Everybody's safe. That's an E5. Their 6th error of the game. And Brecken's on first and Richards on 2nd. And the top of the order coming up, Brody Ressler, who has walked his last 2 times. Had a base hit before that and then a ground out to short. So he's 1 for 2 with 2 walks. And he's been stranded at 3rd with the bases loaded 3 times today. What are the odds of that happening? I mean, just having bases loaded, stranded with the bases loaded 3 times is one thing, but to have the same base runners, or at least the same guy at third all 3 times, that's rare. 1-0 to Brody. He can win it with a base hit here because I think Griffin can get around. That's on the ground to short. Eats him up a little bit. Throw to second is not in time, and the bases are loaded again. Now this time with 1 out. That's an E6 for their 7th error. And, oh my gosh, this time though Richards is at third. Wachol's at second, and Rassler's at first. So he was at third the first 3 times they got bases loaded and couldn't score. Now he's at first. That'll be all the difference they need. And you got one of your best hitters up, Nate Barclay. He had a sac bunt his last time up. A base hit is in the 5th. He reached on an error in the 3rd and then popped out to second base in the 1st inning. He's only been out twice with the sac bunt, but that's as good as a hit, isn't it? Moving the runner. Didn't help score, but he gets some words of advice from manager Rich Yost as 1 out, bases loaded, bottom of the 8th. Look at a walk-off Austin here at Hike Field. Goskeson on deck. Runners get their leads. And Rye kicks and fires. And that is a foul ball off to the left and out of play. Strike 1 to Nate. As Rye, everybody's quite sweaty, I'm sure, but he's got the infield now up on the grass. Going to go home with the ground ball, and that's a foul tip off the helmet of the catcher. Strike 2 to Nate Barclay. Nate coming in with a .250 average. And he's got a base hit here tonight. Sac bunt as well. Rye settles on a pitch. And it takes too long as Nate calls timeout. 0-2, 1 out, bases loaded in the 8th for Albert Lee. The 4th time the bases have been loaded. Is that the charm? Yes, it could be. This is to center and see if he tags. It's shallow center field. He's going. And the throw is on line, and it's a double play to end the inning. On a fly ball to center, thrown in to get Richards at home with the 3rd out. And we will go to the 9th inning for the 2nd game in a row. We did this with the VFW last week, and now 9th inning coming up here, tied at 1 in American Legion Baseball on AlbertLeeLive.com.
GT is proud to be a sponsor of Albert Lee Athletics. We're committed to protecting your home with seamless gutters and leak protection.
For your home's protection, visit guttersbygt.com for a free estimate.
Together, we're building a stronger community on and off the field. Go Tigers!
Does fall and winter typically mean the end of outdoor adventures for your family? Well, not anymore. Visit North Star Recreation in Owatonna and keep the fun alive all year round. Online at northstar-recreation.com and drive away with your new trailer.
Service Master by Ayat's Janitorial Services cover everything from floor care and carpet cleaning to general cleaning, windows, and power washing. Call Service Master by Ayat today.
The man, the yellow van, called Service Master.
Back here at Hike Field for the 9th inning, tied at 1. Austin with a run in the 1st, Albert Lee with a run in the 2nd. And, Albert Lee, they didn't leave the bases loaded there in the 8th because Richards was thrown out at home for the 3rd out, but they left 2 on. But they had this is the 4th time they've had the bases loaded here tonight and have not been able to score a run. So I don't know how many chances you want, but we're into the 9th now with Benton Perkapile, the catcher, due up first for Austin post 91. Rob Lillis and Cooper Jacobson to follow if that's how they go. They have some bats on the bench. They've had Gustafson in pinch running. They had Rye come in as a relief pitcher, but they have Cale Perkapile, Carter Eastvold, and Cody Peterson, or is it Pedersen, Pedersen, on the bench still. And They're going to put Perkapile up first, the catcher. And I see Lillis on deck too, so they're going with those guys. 7 errors for Austin, and still it's a 1-1 game. When's the last time you saw 7 errors for a team and they only gave up 1 run? That's pretty lucky. Cohen Drescher, his second inning of work. He had a strikeout last inning. And a 1-2-3 affair. So let's see if he can keep that string going. As Preston Smith had a pretty good night. 7 innings pitched, 3 strikeouts, a walk. Only the 1 run on 4 hits. 2 errors, both on third base. 1 was questionable, but I gave it to him anyway because I'm mean. Here's the pitch from Cohen. Right to first base. Jensen grabs it on a liner to first. 1 up, 1 down in the 9th for Austin. Rob Lillis is up. He struck out, flew out to right, reached on an error, and stole the base, but then got stranded at third. So he's 0 for 3 technically with the steal. And Drescher starts him out with a swing and a miss. Drescher's on tonight. He said he went 1-2-3. He only threw like 6 pitches in the first inning, and here he is. This is his 3rd pitch of this inning, and he's got 1 out already. He is making him swing as that's down low, ball 1. I think that's his first out of the zone in his inning and a third. Everything else was a strike or a hit. And I use that everything loosely because it's only a handful of pitches as he's low again, 2-1. Farron, my daughter, producer, says, let's go 15 innings. She likes the late nights. You do. You stay up late every night.
Don't lie. I don't want to be here. Sorry.
Don't you stay up because you sleep till 1?
Yeah, but I don't want to be here doing that.
Ah, all right. Watching boys? Come on.
No.
Here's a 2-2. That's fouled off and out of play. It stays 2-2. So, 1 out for Lillis here with a 2-2 count. See if Drescher can pull the string and get his second strikeout of the night. Ooh, that one's low in the dirt, and Richards is all discombobulated on that one. 3-2. Griffin, he's dirt from head to toe. That'll happen when you're a catcher. Plus, he's been on base a few times. Thrown out at home in the last half inning. I guess he's only been on base once, but he was hit by a pitch. That didn't get him dirty, probably. And a walk. A 1-out walk to Lillis. First walk for Drescher, second walk for Albertley pitching. And it brings up Cooper Jacobson, who reached on an error, stole the base, got stranded at third, then flew out to left, then flew out to right. He's 0 for 3 with a steal. 1 out, 1 on in the top of the 9th for Austin. 1-1 game. American Legion Baseball here on AlbertlyLive.com. Thanks for listening in. This is lifted to the gap in right center. A long run for both our guys, but Barclay is there first and gets the catch. Back to first, scampers Lillis. 2 down. And Rye coming up. He flew out to center his first at-bat in relief of Klein, who had a base hit and a line out. Drescher has pitched an inning and 2/3 and allowed 1 base runner. And that's the guy at first right now on that walk. And there's a swing and a foul back by Rye for strike 1. Yeah, the VFW boys took Stewartville to 9 innings last week and lost by 1, 7-6. A little higher scoring affair. 1-1 now. That was not Stewartville, was it? Yeah. Or was it these boys? It was these guys against Stewartville on Tuesday, June 30th. Their last home game. They did play at Byron on Wednesday, the July 1st, but yeah, it was Legion against Stewartville, 9 innings. So their second home 9-inning game in a row. That one's going to go right up the middle, past Drescher and into center field. And a 2-out base hit. First hit off of Drescher, 5th of the game for Austin. Now they have runners at first and second with the go-ahead run in scoring position for the 9-hitter, Casey Denzer, who is 1 for 3. 2 flyouts to center field and a base hit in his last at-bat. Well, if he gets another base hit, this could be untied. As Lillis is at second. Rye at first. And ball 1 to Denzer. Drescher takes the ponder at the second base runner. Big lead over there, and he comes home. Strike on the outside corner to the lefty. 1-1. 2 down, 2 on, top of 9, 1-1 game. Drescher trying to get out of this jam and get those Albert Lee bats going. This is lifted to Kermis. He's got to run a little back and then a little over to his right, and he makes the catch for the 3rd out. And boy, he's made a lot of putouts, 6 or so out there in center field. As we go to the bottom of the 9th, see if Albert Lee can pull it off yet still on albertleelive.com.
Take the first step toward the smile you've always wanted with a call to Alpha Orthodontics in Albert Lee. Dr. Gleich specializes in creating confident, picture-perfect smiles and is the area's only top 1% Diamond Invisalign provider. If you're looking for a less noticeable way to straighten your teeth, ask about Invisalign. Call 507-377-0222 today and schedule your complimentary consultation. Alpha Orthodontics, where dream smiles begin.
At GT Window and Door, we believe what sets us apart is simple. We're local, we're invested in our community, and we stand behind our work. The next time you're planning a project, please give us a chance to earn your business. GT Window and Door, helping transform your house into a home.
So bottom of the 9th, tied at 1. Second Legion game in a row at home here that goes to 9 innings. Hopefully this is the last. I don't have any more space. I'm going to have to start a new page here. Scorebook wise, but you leave the bases loaded 3 times, almost 4. They had the last time it was thrown out. Griffin Richards last inning thrown out at home for the 3rd out, tagging and trying to score with the bases loaded and a fly out to center, but he was cut down at the plate. So we'll try it again now with the 3-4-5 hitters: Graham Goskuson, Cooper Kermis, and Aiden Jensen. Kermis, or rather Goskuson, is 0 for 3 and he reached on a fielder's choice his last time up. I think he hit to 3rd and they stepped on 3rd for the out, but he reached. But that was the only time he's been on base tonight. 2 ground outs to second and a fly out to center other than that. And he's the best hitter on the team so far this Legion season. He's got to get back to solid base hits in no time like the present to start. As a strike is called to start out the bottom of the 9th. Rye again working. That's a base hit, just like I called it. Second pitch deposited into center field. First hit off of Rye in his 4 innings away. He's in his 4th inning already. But that's the first time we got a hit off of him. And the winning run is now on board with Cooper Kermis up. Singled and scored the only run for Albert Lee in the 2nd. Walked, flew out to center, and reached on an error his last time up. And that was the third time they left the bases loaded. And that one's a grounder to third. They try and get the lead runner at second, but throw it out into right field. And up and running is Goskus, and he'll get to third on a overthrow by the third baseman. So an E5. Actually, Kermis reaches on the fielder's choice, but Goskuson goes to third on an E5. The 8th error on Austin. Their errors might catch up to them here as they have a meeting on the mound with the infield. Runners at the corners and nobody out here in the 9th for Albert Lee. Aiden Jensen is up. And he's got a base hit tonight. Back in the 5th. He lined out to short his last time up. And before the base hit, he had to pop out to third and reached on an error. Well, all he's got to do is get a single here, and it's over. They snap a 3-game losing streak and have a chance to get to 500 Thursday night here on AlbertLeeLive.com. And they take on Winona at 6:30. See if they can go 3 home games in a row at 9 innings. It doesn't happen often, that's for sure. There's a catcher's defensive indifference on a steal for Kermis to second, so his run doesn't matter. It's the one at third that is all that matters. And Graham Goskuson here with ball 1 to Jensen. In fact, they could walk him and just make force outs, but there's nobody out, so you'd have to do it 3 times. Throw the runner out at the home, rather. But then it would be a force out. Now you got to tag him out at home with non-force. 1-1 to Jensen. I might just walk him, but they're going to pitch to him, and that's low. 2-1. You got Logan Davis up next. He's 1 for 4. As we go to past the 9 o'clock hour. There's the 2-1. It's on the ground and through, and Jensen gets the RBI to win it as Goskuson scores, and we walk him off 2-1 in 9 innings. We'll take the Service Master cleanup break, come back and explain it all to you. Talk about Thursday and Friday and Saturday and Sunday games too, coming up on AlbertLeeLive.com.
A brand new house, or you just got done with a remodeling project. You want to show it off, but the construction has left a giant mess of dust and dirt. This is Beth Ayatt. After the work is done, let Service Master by Ayatt make sure that you don't have to do more work to clean up after the construction crew leaves. Show off and demand the yellow van. Call Service Master by Ayatt today, 877-945-0993.
Demand the yellow van. Call Service Master.
Put your business in front of thousands of local fans while supporting your local high school students and activities. Advertise right here on AlbertLeeLive.com. We create customized ads to best fit the needs of your business. AlbertLeeLive.com broadcasts more than 150 local high school games and events every year, and our viewership is growing fast as word gets out about our quality broadcasts. Stand out as a community and school supporter while attracting new customers by advertising on AlbertLeeLive.com. Contact Lance at 651-734-3963 or Lance at lmrmedia.org.
Back here and a thriller in Albert Lee at Hike Field with a walk-off RBI single from Aiden Jensen as he scores Graham Goskuson from third on his base hit. And it's a 2-1 9-inning win for Albert Lee's post-56 Legion team. They go to 4-5 on the year, break a 3-game losing streak. They scored that run in the second on a leadoff base hit by Cooper Kermis, and then he went to second on an error and then scored on an error as well. So that was the extent of that, and then it was scoreless 1-1 and scoreless from the second inning until just the bottom of the 9th when Graham Goskuson led off with a single and then was moved across to second by Cooper Kermis ground ball, and then the third baseman threw it into, it was a grounder to third, and he threw it past second base into right field, which allowed Goskuson to get to third. And it was 1st and 3rd with nobody out, and then Aiden Jensen stepped up and hit the RBI single to win it in walk-off fashion. They had 7 hits to Albert Lee off 2 different pitchers, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, scored the 2 runs, 8 Austin errors in this game. That's another big story there. But, man, Albert Lee left the bases loaded 3 times, almost 4. Couldn't get it done in regulation, but pulled it off in the 9th. Second 9-inning game in a row for this Legion team. They lost to Stewartville last week by 1, and they win by 1 here against their heated rival Austin. Winona's next up Thursday here. That's our next game on ElbertLeeLive.com, 6:30 start time. And then we have VFW finishing up their season at home with a game Friday night at 5, Saturday morning at 11, a doubleheader with Winona, and then Austin Sunday at 5 here at Hite Field. So lots of baseball still to come. And the only rain day really looks like tomorrow. It might be, there was a chance. I haven't looked at it for a while yet today, but that was the day with the biggest chance of rain of all of them. There's still 53% chance of rain tomorrow with highs in the low 80s. 18% chance Thursday, 10% chance Friday, 10% chance Saturday, 7% chance on Sunday. So those look like good days to play baseball. We'll see. Time will tell. And thanks to Farron. Thanks for everybody for watching. And also to our great sponsors for sticking with us on this late night here. But it comes out happy tonight and breaks that 3-game losing streak. And